Hey everybody, welcome back to Stories of the Salt Knights, D&D 5th edition. Chris, why are you shaking your head at me?
Where's the
gusto?
The Salt Knights!
That's campaign 2.
Okay.
Campaign.
I have an idea.
Already getting his first credits over here.
Should Chris do the intro for?
Maybe Chris should do the intro.
Yes.
You have such opinions about it.
It was just like it's.
No,
I like
do it.
Dungeon Boys before it was the Dungeon Boys.
Okay, Chris, give us your best intro right
Yeah,
now.
do it.
Welcome to Stories of the Salt Knight.
Stories?
Did you say stories?
Yeah.
Hey, also you need to do the count in.
That's the first time I've heard stories pronounced.
Yeah, be better.
Give us
You
the
got
clap.
3, 2, 1 it.
3, 2, 1, then go with your intro. No clap. We got the clap.
Do you? Do you have the clap?
Yeah, I got to talk to you later about that, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just.
Oh man. Moving on.
I got the clap in my beard. Is that even a thing?
Those are called crabs.
Oh, wow.
Well, you guys killed
Do
my
you wanna do
crap.
that again? Or? I think we can just.
Anyway.
Anyways, Dungeons and Dragons. Really quick, just want to give a shout out to Randy and Beast Recordings for hosting all of this. He does awesome work recording bands of Salt Lake City, Utah, and well, anywhere in Utah, really, actually.
Camus.
Except for
I'm
Camus.
just kidding. I have no idea.
There goes the Camus
Nothing
fan
wrong with
base.
Camus.
Bye, Camus fan base.
Anyways,
Just canvas.
let's get. No, we don't have any anything. Let's.
Yeah, the sooner we get started, the sooner this bullshit.
Okay,
Wraps
let's
up.
get in. Let's get into the recap. All of a sudden, my cheeks started hurting.
Because
What's the
you're
sign of?
smiling.
The first time you
After.
smiled this entire week.
Stop making me smile. This is supposed to be an evil campaign.
Oh.
They're bringing their evil faces on. I'm a bird, so I don't really have faces.
Oh, but birds smile all the time.
I got a beak.
Okay, so the recap. Let's do this recap. You guys had. You guys currently have a contract to go to TerraCorp, and leaving Homestead to get here, you got in a fight with a couple of different creatures. The most recent one, well,
The nightmare fly.
not the most recent one, but you guys got in a fight with this like giant. How do you explain it? Giant creature with like these huge crab hands and like another set of like smaller arms, and it kind of ambushed you as you were waking up in the morning, and its ape-like friend creature thing joined in on that fight, which was apparently a really difficult fight for a lot of you guys.
Sure was.
There were a lot of pretty clutch.
How he says it where it wasn't supposed to be difficult.
It was only. I thought it was going to be a half a session. It was an entire session. But anyways, you guys defeated those creatures in the pretty much one of the most clutch ways I've ever seen. And you guys continued on until you saw this like buzzing bug-like creature that was trying to look for you guys. You guys escaped that, and finally you guys got to TerraCorp, this keep-looking facility, and you decided to take a long rest before you went in. And during that long rest, you saw some like wispy humanoid figures in the fog, but they didn't bother you. You didn't bother whatever those were, and you got the rest of your long rest. And going into TerraCorp, you came to, you walked in through the front gate, which was pretty much just open, to a medium-sized town, what looks like, but most of the buildings are just utterly destroyed. Some of them are smoldering and smoking ruins. And starting to walk around, first of all, no one finds any bodies. You see blood and signs of struggle, but you don't see necessarily any bodies laying anywhere, or maybe worse yet, any body parts laying anywhere. You do, however, once one of you guys go into the stable, and you see an absolute massacre of animals and their body parts all over the place, not even able to identify what some of the animals were that it all came from. But At a certain point, you see a small little area in the back with some buildings that seemed untouched. And as you go back there, you walk into a church that kind of has like shattered, the stained glass windows had been shattered out of it. And as you walk in, this almost like a hound with like a fire inside of it walks out of the darkness snarling at you, and you guys get into a fight. And at a certain point, this hound howls out into the air, and more hounds just pop up out of nowhere in the town and start running in your guys' direction. One of which stops for a second and lets out this very loud howl that echoes out into the canyon and the caldera. But eventually you guys keep fighting on, and you guys kill the rest of these creatures. And as you stand above their bodies, you look over, and there is actually a storehouse which is relatively untouched. Doors open and the lights off inside. And I believe you guys decided to go into the storehouse, right? Okay. Is everyone going into the storehouse?
Yeah.
Okay, that is where we left off.
Sure thing, boss.
Oh, yeah.
Lenore.
Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing is you guys had so unfortunately James and Shaina weren't here to help with this conversation, but Alessandro had told them during the last long rest that Boris was part of a company of kind of like a secret company that were the people that hired the company you guys work for to come in, and he basically changed the contract on you. He said, you need to go into this mining facility, and there is a mining equipment, like prototype mining equipment, that you guys need to make sure doesn't fall into the wrong hands. And that is kind of the main purpose of your goal right now. At least according to Boris, as he had talked to the three of you and you guys referred it over to them. That was the last thing I had to say. Go ahead.
I just kind of walk over to Lenore. I have a boo-boo, and I got like blood down my face. You wouldn't happen to be able to do your thing for me, please? I got hammered last session.
Wow, you look like you could use one of my first spell slots of the day.
Like that.
Crazy.
Like that.
Yeah, boy.
Awesome.
Alessandro, you need a long rest to get yours back.
I didn't detect any sarcasm in that statement.
I'm just over here stretching. For the record, didn't take a single hit that last encounter.
I'm so proud of you. Several encounters.
Yeah. Great. I haven't
It's
taken
pretty rare
damage for
Alessandro
like
gets hit.
Good point,
a
actually.
long time.
Notice
So I'm just like,
all of our clothes have some measure of scratches or disrepair. You look perfect.
yeah, that beauty sleep. Tell you what, that's what it's for.
change. I swear to God.
There is
Lenore,
there is a little like
I will say,
essence of a black eye from where so and so punched me. Someone else, who else hit me?
That's the
I've been hit twice in this
Lenore.
campaign so far. Somebody else hit me.
I
Sorry.
will say I'm
Lenore.
grateful for
Anyways.
you've trying to protect us. Me.
Lenore is going to like lick her thumb and then rub it
Yeah.
against Akrius's boo-boo
Oh.
and give him 6 HP back with her
It goes away.
blue light of Azamar spit.
That's a homebrew spell he's making.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Her lovely laying or
Looks better
healing
already.
hands, which
Oh.
So good.
did not need that spit at all.
Nope. Just for fun.
Just for funsies.
That feels much better, thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
I'm still not even. I'm barely halfway.
I suppose Yeros will start trying to get to the, because from the last session you mentioned there might be some stuff in the storeroom, like in the back, where you couldn't tell what it was. So
Yeah.
try and check it out.
It seems like, well, first of all, the lights are off and it doesn't look like anyone's there particularly. So you guys walk into this storehouse. It's a blue-roofed building, kind of nestled between two smaller wooden shacks. And like I said, the building's relatively untouched and is actually slightly better quality than the buildings like in this general area. And to the perceptive eye, you could probably guess it was built. It's kind of like when you go into a neighborhood and it's like most of these houses were built in the 70s, and then here's like a brand new house next to all of them. It's kind of like that. As you walk in, Leonore, will you roll a perception check for me?
Yes. Terrible. 12.
12? Okay. You guys walk in. So as you walk in, it kind of has this this like front counter set up where you'd walk in and tell the storekeeper what you'd like, and you can see it has a door just behind that counter that goes back into a storeroom, and you can like one side of the counter has one of those like parts of the counter that lifts up, and it's already lifted up. You guys going back there?
Yeah, I am at least.
Yes, you are at least.
I'll accompany him.
Okay. The storehouse in the back of the building still has like wilted produce and spoiled meats hanging from drying hooks. You do see. Well, actually, roll a investigation check. What are you looking for? Anything specific, or are you just looking around?
I believe we're looking for. Well, I was of the mindset of just looking for salvageable equipment, rations, supplies. Like we're not desperate, but we're also not flush and all those things, and so that's what I'm looking for.
So I'll let both of you roll investigation
That
checks.
sounds fine to me. I didn't have anything.
Oh, we were also looking for
18.
signs of the boom boom, big boom boom cannon thing.
I suppose we could look, but I doubt it's in here.
That is also an 18.
18. Okay, you guys do actually find a small surplus of like dry salted meats and salted and smoked meats. So I'll say you find 4 rations worth.
Piece or total?
Total.
I'll take 2. You take 2.
Sure, sounds good.
But sorry, give me 1 second, Leon, I'll answer your question. Much of the supplies are still there, but most of it's just like stuff you'd find at like a common store.
Yeah.
There's not like anything. There's not like any like magical items or anything. You don't even see like weaponry around. It's just like common things at a common shop at a common town, right?
I feel pretty alright with this find.
You do actually, however, find a hatch in the floor that's covered. Like you kind of see this rug that is kind of misplaced a little bit and just scrunched up, and as one of you like move it with a foot, you see a hatch that's closed underneath it.
This is interesting, Alessandro.
Fascinating.
Should we get our...
Oh, Akrius! Akrius!
What?
Where are you?
What?
Come here! Your services are required.
Remains, please.
I come over.
There's
I don't know why, but he needs you to open this hatch for him. I don't think he wants to dirty
I've
his
been
hands.
waiting this. I've been. Randy, I'm sorry. I've been waiting for this moment. Akrius, can you lend me a hand opening this trap door over here, please?
Oh.
Inside check. That's a big number.
We're going in with the preschool jokes, huh?
I like how he hasn't got it yet.
I have not gotten it yet, no. Like
Oh, come on, man.
me personally.
Come on, man.
That's a 19 on my insight.
Lend,
What are you
lend
inciting?
him a hand. Just give,
Oh, that's even I didn't get it.
I'm sorry. I've legit been waiting for that opportunity.
Akrius gets it. I don't get it. Wow. I forgot I'm missing it. Okay, anyways. I just kind of look at you and just walk away.
How many?
Were you
points?
inciting
volunteer to
something,
open the hatch.
That was,
Akrius? Were you inciting something specific, or?
he was inciting the joke.
I was
He didn't get the joke.
Oh,
he needed
okay,
help.
okay. I didn't get that part.
Get the joke roll. You roll
Maybe I should get my
dice.
dice out.
Very good.
I'm the dungeon master. I don't even have my dice.
I thought he would laugh. I thought it'd been
don't.
enough time.
I got all my
Whatever.
dice.
Flip open the hatch, or I try to open
Decent
up the
effort,
hatch.
I guess.
It's been like 3 days since he lost a limb. Yeah.
Only 3 days?
It explodes and your limbs go flying.
Akrius, I need a hand! No! Actually,
my hands.
No. You open up the hatch to a small, it's just a little pit that's dug out underneath it. It doesn't actually lead anywhere specifically, but there is a small chest.
Interesting indeed. I kind of grab you and back away from it a little bit.
And it's not it almost just looks like a box. Like, it's not like a nice looking chest or
Right,
anything
gotcha.
like that.
Here. Why don't the two of us with our
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
For the viewer's sake, we're going to cast Mage Hand, both of us, and try to open the thing up.
both sides of the box? Should we lift it?
Do you want to lift it
Let's
out?
lift it out.
Okay, we're gonna lift it out.
Okay.
With our Mage Hands.
Upon seeing
One
them
invisible,
start
one
futzing into
shadowy
the
and
ground,
claw.
I'm gonna start casting Detect Magic. Just,
Okay.
It looks like.
You cast Detect Magic, and so far, everything seems pretty mundane around. You don't get any hints of magic or anything. You guys, so you're both using Magic Hand to lift the chest out, and it's like a small chest. It's honestly one person could lift this chest out with
We're
Magic
being
Hand.
abundance of caution over
Yeah,
here.
we're scared.
How
Do you
many
guys-
hands do you need?
Well, are we taking this too seriously?
Yeah.
Is Randy
it
laughing
locked?
at that, or is it
Like it's locked or anything?
You guys haven't tried to open it yet
Laugh.
Okay, I try to open it with the hand.
with the Magic Hand. It just pops open.
Okay.
You find
Gander.
4 regular healing potions and 2 sticks of dynamite.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn.
Chris, were you gonna say anything? You raised your hand at a certain point.
I did. I wanted to try to search for some arrows.
Arrows?
Yeah.
Can I roll a
Perception.
perception check.
Good. Oh God. All right. Well, that's an 11.
11. You start looking around, and it doesn't take you very long to realize that there's pretty much, other than like knives that are used for specific things, there's no weaponry in this building.
Are there any daggers? Like daggers type?
I'd say you can get about 4 daggers.
You know what?
They're not specifically daggers. You can tell they're knives used for other things, like carving knives and stuff like that. But you could use them the same as daggers. So I'll let you get like 4 daggers.
I will take those daggers.
I'm gonna take 1 stick of dynamite and 2 healing potions. And then you hear, "Oh, Akrius!" And I come moving to the front. Just in a good mood for whatever reason.
If you say one more damn thing about my head.
What hand? And then I just kind of smile slyly to you, and I hand you 2 healing potions. Something tells me you're gonna need these more than me.
I take one and drink it right away.
It's a standard healing potion.
So 2d4 plus 2. Am I in there?
Yeah.
And then you're.
Yeah, I'd say you're in there as well.
And I have 2 as well, and a stick of dynamite. I'm like,
Another 6 healing.
Are you still wounded?
Who takes the
Barkuell
hit?
walks over to you.
I know, well, he's already got his fill.
Are you substantially wounded? Like,
I'm 50%.
Tell you what.
you're 50%?
Barkuell.
Here you go. And I give you one of the healing potions. I tuck the other one away. I also keep the stick of dynamite.
I'm only
nod.
10 now because of the potion. I'm only 10 away now.
Okay.
Unless you stop me before I
perfect.
drink it.
Okay. The spell you just got. I'm gonna create some good berries for you to snack on. Each berry heals you 1 hit point. There are 10 berries.
Oh.
I'm just gonna start producing these berries for you.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And
They
then,
kind of like bloop into his hands.
Yeah.
I like myself better.
Can you describe your version of good berries, or are they the same?
They look totally normal.
Oh.
That's probably more disturbing.
Yeah, I'm
somehow.
concerned all of a sudden. Also, does anyone know what this is?
And then after you take them, me and Squee Squee will just continue wandering about.
Does anyone know what is?
Alessandro's sitting there just kind of swinging around a stick of
Take
dynamite.
one.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right
Start
there,
going
buddy.
nuts.
That's volatile.
I eat all 10.
You probably shouldn't swing it around.
Ooh, no, you should swing it around.
As is, it
in-
needs an ignition source.
Yes, and
so me
stop
swinging it
stop
around
it.
won't ignite it. It needs a spark.
I get 30 feet, I exit the building, and I leave. I'm serious. I'm like, you're being a fucking moron. And I leave the building.
I never heard of
So,
Following you.
as you start, you make your way towards the exit of the building. You start to hear this.
Oh shit!
You start to hear this droning, buzzing
I
sound.
just bout face and just fuck.
Okay. You walk.
Close the door behind me. And just
Close the
like,
door. Okay. You close the door behind you, and it doesn't take very long for all of you guys to hear this buzzing sound, and it almost sounds like someone driving a motorcycle, like that kind of like droning, buzzing sound.
Is the meat still raw in this room?
There's some.
There is some raw meat like hanging off of hooks that is just rotting away, and you guys kind of get this like rotting smell of meat and like produce like kind of coming together, and it's this like earthy
Is there-
rotting smell.
Is there any hide or
Perfume.
from the meat or like any kind of like?
There's some like fabric in here, but there's no like hide specifically or anything.
Like what kind of fabric?
Like fabric for making clothes and stuff like that. Like
I just
and
go,
repairing.
quick, get your ears covered or something. And I grab the fabric and I start like chopping little pieces off and crumpling it up and putting it in my ears.
Okay.
I'll do that as well.
Yep, sure. Too. Yeah.
Same.
We'll all just.
Okay, yeah, you guys kind of stuff some padding into your ear, and you guys hear this. You hear the droning sound, like getting way louder, and then all of a sudden you hear this sound, and it sounds like something hit the ground relatively close to, and you kind of feel this rumble through the ground, and you can kind of hear that something hit the ground just outside of this building somewhere. And the droning, buzzing sound stops, but every like couple of seconds you kind of hear this and stuff. What are you guys currently doing?
Hiding.
There are. I just want to say there are a couple of windows in this building that lead, like that point out in that kind of direction.
Nope, I don't look.
Okay.
Take the
Trade senses with Squee Squee. Have him to look outside for me.
Okay. You trade senses with Squee Squee. By the way, where's your bat at?
I think he's just probably on my shoulder right now.
On your shoulder? Okay. You trade senses with Squee Squee and you look out. You see this. It's like a purplish giant bug creature with these big arms, and it comes up and it has like I said, a human's face with like this black wiry hair and like this big long spike, just like this big long proboscis coming out of its face instead of having a mouth. This is the same creature that you guys saw in the forest that got most of you to get knocked unconscious, basically, just from the sound of its buzzing. And it's on the ground, probably about 15 feet away from the building you're at right now. And it's crouching down, looking at one of these dead hounds that you guys killed. And it kind of just lifts one up. It picks one by the back of the leg and lifts it up, and is just kind of inspecting it. Anyone doing anything specific at this point?
What do you guys think? You think we can take it this time?
Are there any other corpses that Squee can see within 120 feet?
All that's out there are the leftover corpses of these hound creatures. And there were 5 or 6 of them or something
There's
like
probably
that.
a corpse right next to it where the 2 wolves were fighting. That was right down
But you
the road.
can't exactly see all of the corpses, but you do see a few.
Barkuell's gonna really quietly whisper in probably Undercommon. I think most of us, majority know Undercommon.
Nope.
That's fine.
Translate.
I'm gonna just kind of describe the thing that was seeing, what it's doing, looking.
Oh,
at
you're
the
describing
bodies.
it to 'em?
Yeah, just really quietly, and then hoping that they're whispering to everyone else to pass that on. And then I'm gonna kind of just, I guess, look whoever's closest to me and be like, "Do we want to make a distraction?"
If we
It's at this point, you hear a voice call out
From the thing.
from a different direction. You hear this voice call out, "What the hell happened out here?" And as you look, as Squee looks over, he sees, well, it sees, does Squee have a gender?
It's unknown.
Yeah.
Gender unknown.
You see through Squee
Half of the body's been gone for a long time.
this human person walking out, and this person is wearing like all white, like a white gown with like a white robe over it, with like little tinsels of gold and silver kind of decorating it in trims. And this person is like an old man with shaved white like hair, and like he's just got this kind of like 5 o'clock shadow of like white beard, and he's walking out and he's looking directly at this bug-like creature, and the creature like turns around and looks towards him, and you can see the creature kind of moving its head, and it's like making some kind of speaking noise. And he says, "What the hell do you mean you found him like that?" And you hear this creature like, and this old human person replies, "What the fuck did that crab creature and the ape thing go out there to do? Did you find them?" And the creature responds again. He's like, "What do you mean they're dead? Well, did you find them?" And the creature responds once again in a voice that you can't. Actually, what languages do you guys know?
Common, Druidic, Giant, and Gith.
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, Undercommon.
I know Infernal to add to that.
I know deep speech, draconic.
Common, Elvish, Thieves' Cant, Undercommon.
More like thieves can.
I think the only one I have to add is Dwarvish.
I'm sorry. You actually can understand this creature.
Oh god.
Hell yeah.
Which languages again?
You understand that it is speaking Abyssal.
Ah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the second time that's come in use this campaign for you?
And
I think so.
at first, when it said, "What the hell happened out here?" the creature responded with, "I found them like this." And then he said, "What
What do you
was
mean you found it like this? What the hell do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean you found them like this? And then the creature kind of responded with, they were just here dead. I don't know. And what did he say after that? I can't remember.
Talking about the
Ape and the
The
crab
ape and the
creature.
crabs.
And then the creature responded with,
Dead.
they had been killed. Something along those lines. It's all very like, Abyssal's really like cryptic and hard to translate. And then what did he say after that? God damn it. My head is a blur.
Did you
right
find
now.
them? Was the
Oh,
next
so he
question
said,
after
"Did
the other guy asked.
did you find them?" And then the creature responds with what roughly translates to, "I had picked up their scent, but they gave me the slip." This kind of like, this cryptic way of saying something in that manner. And the old man responds with, "What do you mean they gave you the slip? I thought you were supposed to be good at this shit. I'm only 2 away from finishing the ritual. And we can't have these wannabe heroes gallivanting around, trying to ruin our plans. Find them, now. They're probably here already." And the creature responds with something along the lines of, "Thy will be done," or something like that. And you see the old man turn away to walk away, and right as he does, he turns back and says, "If you don't find them and kill them, the next time you're in hell, I'll make sure you're reduced to nothing but a fucking worm." And he turns around and walks away, and you see him like just dissipate like that. I'll let you roll an Arcana check.
devil step.
You can do it.
A dimension. Okay. 4.
4? It looks like he just like,
He done.
yeah, he just
fucking
he just
look back
bamped
and say,
out.
Space wizard.
Lenore does not believe that it is the space wizard, first of all.
And as it bamps out, the bug, Barkuell, you see the bug creature just, he kind of watches him like go, and he picks up one of these dogs and like looks at it, and then just like throws it the opposite direction of the storehouse, and it smashes into a building and brings like this whole, it was a relatively small like shack living space, but it brings like the whole thing down. He just throws the rest of this carcass of a hound through a building. And then you hear this creature calling out, and you would understand that this creature is basically summoning something onto, like, not onto it, but summoning something to it. And Barkuell, you kind of see these centipedes, like, kind of crawling out of the earth.
The same ones in the forest?
Yes. They look like giant centipedes. They're probably like this, like 2 to 3 feet long and like thick. So they're bigger than normal centipedes, but they're not like huge centipedes or anything. But these giant centipedes kind of crawl out to the earth, and this creature says something along the lines of find and pray, and something like that.
Not a fan.
They're coming.
And you see these centipedes morph from a centipede into these small, probably like 1.5 foot tall, like little green skinned creatures with these like big, almost alien shaped eyes and these like horns coming out of their head, and they have these little bat wings that come out, and they kind of just like screech out as they take flight and fly off in different directions.
Not a fan.
Shit.
Not a fan.
Space goblins.
Okay, all right.
Perhaps
Well,
we should go out the back door.
there's a back door.
Oh.
Oh, keep in mind one last thing. The rest of the group knew this, but I just want to make sure Barkuell and Leonore know this. On the map, this is actually the entrance to the mine that you guys can see.
Can we just sneak into the mine and just do like some little stabby stab with the space wizard? And just like, you know, just sneak in and avoid this dude.
It's going to be that easy. Just a stabby stab and it's all over.
No, I know it's
It's either that or we get found out here.
I have 6 daggers.
I imagine we are stage whispering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just for the DM, we're stage
Yeah.
whispering.
Yeah, I figured. I'll let you guys talk while I eat candy.
So, our buzzy boy out there, speaks Abyssal apparently. Second of all, it's telling our wizard friend out there that we killed its little friends out in the forest, and this wizard fella knows we're around here somewhere.
Something about rituals. Some working
Comes
ritual.
tonight.
Needs 2 more bodies for some ritual.
2 more bodies.
Yeah, go ahead and talk in normal voices just so microphones pick it up. And
Oh.
I understand you're all whispering right now.
Well, shit.
What should we do?
I agree with. Someone said there's a back door, so let's sneak out through the. Oh, there should be a back door.
And you hear this, and it actually, are you still watching with Squee Squee? It actually, like this bug creature picks up off of the ground and flies over towards the church area, so it kind of flies away from you guys.
Space bug is leaving.
Am I to believe that the bug creature said he had our scent?
I mean, I don't think it'd
But
be hard.
we gave him the slip, so we lost him.
We can do it again.
So he's smelling us, and that's how he's finding us. And this room full of rotten meat is hiding our scent right now.
That might help.
Well, yeah.
It
Do
might
we?
be wise to
Oh, I can dress us.
cover up our scent somehow.
There is a back door out of this place too. I'll say with that 18 you both rolled, you do see a back door out of here.
You know what, Akrius? I have to decline that offer.
Barkuell said he can send us.
Also, take my chances.
Can't you just press the digitation yourself?
Oh yeah, that's
Does
right.
prestidigitation count for smell?
Oh, it sure does. I can clean or
Me
make
too.
unclean this whole thing, really.
You know how quiet I
could
can be while I'm
unclean?
vomiting.
Oh yeah. And I just like point at your shirt, and you just see an oil stain. And then I just do a little twirl, and then it.
Like prestidigitation, bitch.
Question for the DM.
Oh, go ahead.
Can I roll?
All
You
right.
told me to watch
Hey,
my
hold on, guys.
I know, right? I know.
Can I roll and I don't know if it could be an arcana or history or whatnot to try to recall like the old dude said something about hell, like next time you're in hell or whatnot. Can I try to figure out if there's like a layer of hell or a hellscape that's all buggish and weird?
Yeah,
something
I'll
along
let
those
you
lines?
roll either an Arcana check or a History check. 18. What were you rolling?
Oh, arcana.
Arcana?
Arcana.
Arcana. Tomato.
Potato. Shit.
Did you do
I just watched you yeet that. You're like, no, what? Alessandro's thinking really hard, and while he does that, he kind of like knocks something over like clumsily on the counter, like, oh, fuck. Then loses
It
the
has long been theorized by arcanists that there had to be more. There had to be more planes to existence, but it's not really that well known about. It's mostly just a theory, but there is the city of the, is it the Nine Gates that is the city of the Nine Gates that leads to other worlds that has gone offline for probably somewhere around like 100 years now or something like that. But because of that, there are people that suspect that there are other like greater planes, so to speak, or other realms of existence and such like that. There's not much known about like where the gates, the 9 gates, where exactly those places were in space and time, so to speak. There wasn't much known about that. So far, that's been the only way that you have traveled off of this world. But
Right. So correction.
hell is like a thing talked about, just kind of in like passing, but it's
Okay, so just clarifying, in this world, both for me and also the viewers, I think, there's not known. It's not like 5e world where there's known devils, known demons. It's more of like a feel. Okay, because of the veil.
It's
not
kind
being
of,
contacted
it's
with
kind
gods
of, and not to like alienate anybody, but it's kind of like religion in this world. It's like religion believes in hell, and but we've never gone there before, right?
Or have we?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, thank you.
So do we want to sneak into the mines?
Back door, yes.
Let's give it a go.
Well, I think we should scent up.
All right.
No matter how disgusting it sounds.
Can I make them gross?
What are you gonna do?
I'm just
Can we put that on a
Let me.
bumper
I
sticker?
can.
I make
Let me make them gross.
Just grab some nasty produce, a little chunk of, just like rip it off.
But I get to smell you after if it's good enough.
Keep your beak shut.
Okay,
Shut.
so you're like
I stink.
you're rubbing yourself down
Yeah,
with
the once
spoiled meats
nice
and
looking
spoiled.
yellow cloak that I cleaned like a day or two ago.
It's like the scene out of Rambo.
Is just gross.
Yeah.
But with meat.
Yeah, but with
like-
meat, blood.
So in a very uncharacteristic kind of like grits his teeth and whatnot, I rolled my Constitution and I rolled a nat 20. So Alessandro surprisingly is like going in on it. Still grossed out and whatnot, but I'm cool.
Spoiled meat deodorant
I
stick.
had to do a 15 or higher to not vomit on the spot.
I guess
so.
I'll go to Barkuell.
Self-imposed.
I'll go to Barkuell and I'll be an undercommon. Just do it, dude.
Let's grab 2 of the spoiled steaks and just work my way around you.
Hey,
So we
Leon's
get some
gonna
suds going.
slowly whimper to himself.
Let's take a goat. And
For
cut its
Barkuell,
throat
in
open.
Barkuell's head, there's this wow, 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 wow.
Unblinking eyes staring at you the whole time.
There we go. Perfect.
We're still role playing.
Can I
Dungeons
use
and Dragons.
druid craft to help
Yeah.
kind of disguise their smell with either mushroom growths and the like after covering them a little bit?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna kind of use that to hold the gooey bits onto you.
Yeah, so some of you guys get like these like mushrooms that kind of grow up onto your like out of your hair and off of your clothes and stuff.
Start looking like a clicker.
I've got
The Last
it.
of Us.
And she's just gonna
Good.
drape a few slabs of meat
I mean, I hate this.
over
This is
her
a fantastic
armor.
idea, Akrius.
You know, just in case we need some more.
Squee comes over there and just like
Hope
puts
it
a little
works.
mushroom on your boot.
If it works, then it's fantastic.
Thank you, Squee. I appreciate your efforts.
One tiny little.
Makes sense. With everyone slathered, let's get out of here.
I can burrow all the way to the mines
Oh
and
shit!
leave Squee to look to see if the path is clear.
That's a great idea.
Like becoming a burrowing animal?
You can do that.
Like a
How
mole?
quickly.
Like,
Right now.
like a giant.
Instantly, we can burrow there. We don't have to
But-
leave the.
I can
You can.
But how loud would that be?
Wait,
This loud.
scratch the ground.
Wait. So, hold on. So you're gonna just literally dig with your hands all the way to the mine?
I turn into a giant badger.
Oh, that helps.
okay.
Is
Can
it
we
just
follow
you that can go, or
We could follow behind him and
My plan would be to just scout the entrance to the mine and then leave Squee halfway through so I can see through them to you guys. Help provide a little.
Sure, why not?
Do that.
I agree with that. And while you're doing that, depending on how long it takes, can we squeeze a short rest in there somewhere? I feel like we've been here
It's
a
an
minute.
hour.
I know. I feel like we've
Rest
been
is
here a
an
minute.
hour.
An
I
hour.
know. I know.
An hour.
How about this? If the path is
think we have-
I
totally
would like
clear
it, but
and there's no space goblins, sure, but probably no. There's space goblins looking for us.
I was
That
just.
came out of nowhere.
I don't know how long we've been here doing
Alessandro, how are you so
You've
confident
probably-
all the time?
Alessandro, you've probably been in this shack for about 15 minutes.
I don't know how fast he digs.
listen,
Real fast, 30 feet a
literally
turn.
have a search
That's
party.
pretty fucking fast.
There's a search
God
party
damn.
looking for us right now. I don't think we can afford to stay in one spot for 45 minutes.
You guys found a hole in the ground, right?
There is a
Yes,
hole in the
sort of.
ground.
Yeah.
Take me there.
Okay. Bring you to the.
And you hear this bzzz, and as maybe one of you guys look outside again,
Sweet. Dude, I hide.
you see the creature land on this building right here.
Can I actually like hide?
In the building?
Like literally, I just said my reaction to that was I hide.
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
That'd
which
be
building that
a
is?
24.
Oh yeah, no one knows where you are right now.
Can you refresh us on that building?
Spell check.
This building.
No, 6.
The roleplay, I trip. It scares the shit out of me. It trips, and I fall behind the bar. Just lay there.
What the fuck did Alessandro go?
I want to roll a stealth
She was
check.
just
I rolled a
right
19.
there.
Yeah, you guys find somewhere to hide in this building. You guys are hidden right now.
Yeah.
And then the rest was standing there, just like.
And the creature bends down, uses its hands, and just rips off a portion of the roof that it's standing on, and is like starting to try and look inside of it.
Okay, we should do this now. We gotta go quick. Everybody in the fucking hole. Let's go. Now, is it big enough for the both of us?
Yeah, the hole's for me. You guys are on your own, dude.
So the hole's just to get you there. They can't go through that hole.
Correct.
No.
Because you're a literal badger.
I'm a literal badger.
Can you do your best badger
mushrooms.
voice? Okay, there we go.
So you start digging.
Perfect.
So yeah, the plan is I just want to go scout the mine entrance. If it's clear and we can sneak our way over there, I'm planning on coming back and telling you guys, let's go right now.
Okay, make it fast.
Okay. And if it's not clear, it means I'm not coming back and we're on your own. And then I turn to a giant badger and start digging.
Okay. What kind of senses does a giant badger have?
Let me tell you. Dark vision.
That's it? Doesn't have blind sight?
No. Dark vision.
Okay, so you
I got a burrow speed and blind vision. Or
roll
dark vision.
me
Oh,
a
10 feet, not 30. 10 feet burrow speed.
That's what I said. 30's
Wait a second. Yeah.
10 feet.
so fast.
For 6 seconds.
Different for a giant.
10 feet for 6.
Oh,
So it's gonna take a few
Yeah,
minutes.
well, you should just be that.
But not enough
If
for
If
short rest.
we actually spend a fucking hour in this building,
No.
I would be pissed.
That's
There's no way.
crazy.
Probably take you somewhere in the vicinity
But blend in with the other things.
of like
And
8 to 10 minutes to burrow all the way to the mine entrance. 8 to 10 minutes to burrow to the mine
We're at
entrance.
25 minutes.
Well,
that
actually,
far away?
no. Hold on. Oh, let me pull up this.
Of all the people to pull that off, it would be me. Me and timers have a thing.
85 divided by 6.
I don't think.
90 feet, that's 9 turns, which is under 1 minute.
Okay, yeah, it'll take you 1 minute.
We
Sorry,
have a minute.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I was confusing my
Question
math.
Down to 17.
I was thinking that didn't sound right when you said that.
Well, hold on a second there.
Foundation.
Hold on a second. You start digging in roughly the direction you think it is.
There it is.
Roll me a.
There it is.
I'm trying to
Survival
see.
check?
Yeah, I'm gonna say survival check.
Oh boy, do I've got the best survival. Now that I've said that, though, I will roll so good.
Roll a 6.
21.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, you start burrowing, and you have a pretty good sense. And every once in a while, you stop and pop your head up. You're like, okay, that's in the right direction. You eventually do get to the mine entrance.
Clear?
Looks clear. When you get there, though, you're just like on the outside. Let me move your character really quick. Well, let me actually move all of your characters inside the building first of all.
Yeah, what the heck?
You pop in like right here or so. You pop into. Let me describe this to you. The mining entrance is this. It almost looks like a wooden shack with like thatch roofing on it. But as you pop your head up into it, it has this dirt floor, and there are crates, crates and barrels lining the sides of the walls. And you look down and you see the entrance to the mine. So right now you're kind of in like this building entrance to the mine. You see the actual gates to the mine are shut.
Are there any other weird control-like panels similar to Myriad?
It doesn't look like it, no.
Cool. I go back down in, head over to the house to let everyone know. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, he gets back and
And
he
I'm
lets you
purposely
know.
gonna pop up in this housing area of road houses, just to scan it real quick for any space goblins.
Okay, it's probably gonna add like another minute or two to your.
Yeah, I'd rather inspect it than not.
Okay, where are you popping up?
Right in
Maybe
the middle.
Put your character where you wanna.
Oh, do I? Yep.
Oh, right there.
Yep.
You pop up. Roll a perception check really quick.
16.
16. You don't really see anything at this point.
Sick. Go back to the house. Tell everyone it's clear from those 2 spots I checked.
Okay. He pops back up and. Well, you have to turn back into a normal person.
This badger pops out and is just like,
Okay. You get two badger thumb claws up.
I believe badgers do actually have.
thumbs.
They
I
do.
think they have thumbs.
Serious? You guys know this.
Okay,
That's
I got
awesome.
that now.
First, check if they're real.
I think it depends on
That's
the
beavers
badger.
that aren't real.
I thought they do.
What?
With their
Don't worry
little
about it.
digging hands.
Vestigial thumbs.
2 vestigial thumbs up.
You guys
I love it.
have the go ahead.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, we going.
Quietly, so I guess stealth check.
Okay, everyone roll a stealth check.
Leon goes flip. It's wow, dirty 20.
I go back underground and follow them just.
You don't have to roll a stealth check. The rest of you roll stealth.
It's
squeeze
going
Oh,
Son of a gun, dude! I saw that.
holy symbol. Pray real hard.
Okay.
okay.
Are you
so
casting
we all,
anything?
She's gonna definitely guide herself.
Okay, guidance on yourself.
Yeah.
I get advantage for our smellies.
Well, I'd be bird stepping real quiet.
You guys hear the as the creature flies up and lands on another building, and it's not more than a couple seconds after you hear this as it rips off another roof and is looking inside.
Do I need to reroll? Stealth?
I'm gonna say yes, really quick. What did you get though, Lenore? 14 total. Okay. Alessandro?
9
9.
from 24.
What? Did you have disadvantage?
No, my stealth roll that I rolled literally like 12 seconds ago.
To
Okay,
hide
what did you get?
underneath the thing.
Net 1 with a total of 6.
What? I had disadvantage from my huge
What did you get?
armor. What is happening? What is happening?
We're just not. We are not destined to hide from this thing.
We all farted.
It's D&D Beyond. I'm going with my conspiracy theory again. That D&D Beyond just hates
You.
us.
Specifically, you.
Well,
See, I love the dice that Jinx.
We're trying.
This
The dice
are
write
nice.
the story, don't they?
Those are treating well.
They
Surprisingly.
are with disadvantage.
There's
I
magnets
got
in
a
there,
14.
right?
I hope so.
Okay, good. I'm good.
That's all of that roll up.
Oh wait,
Nat
that's
20.
jeez.
What?
Barkuell's magic dice. It requires you roll them on the magnetic dice rolling plate, but they always roll good.
Oh, you know what I mean?
The magical dice tray. Swing. Yeah, it's super awkward. It's like, wait, no, that's fine.
Magnet underneath.
Yeah,
It's just the spell.
it's the spell.
It's the spell.
You guys all get ready to stealth it up. You kind of turn the latch on the back door, and it just like squeaks open. You kind of get this as you look out. You kind of get this straight shot back to the cliff wall, and there are a few houses on your left-hand side as you slowly make your way out. Which way are you guys? How are you guys kind of making your way through here?
Follow the mound.
Can I do something as we're going? I'll let you get directions, then I'll do something quick right before we move. Or as we're moving.
Just well, go ahead and say that first then.
I'm just gonna use my mage hand to make a commotion somewhere in the opposite direction of what we're doing. And I am going to recommend that our other mage hand people. Is it just you? It has mage hand as well.
How far does Mage Hand go?
I think it's 60 feet, 60 or 30.
It does, but I'm worried that whatever noise we make will draw something to our general location. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm finding it for you.
I know, right? Why are we even discussing this?
I'm just gonna have a rock ready to throw if it goes in our direction. You know, away, just like I did last time.
Are you still going to do the hand thing?
Yeah, I was planning on it. I don't have, unless someone tells me truly to stop, and I wasn't really going to discuss it. 30 feet.
30 feet?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how far you can cast the hand. Can you move the hand further away than that?
That's too close. I hate to be met. How do we?
I can move it 30 feet. Hand vanishes if it's more than 30 feet away from me.
I'd say that you guys have seen him cast this spell enough that you understand he's about to cast this spell.
What are you doing?
I cast it.
You cast it?
Yep.
I mean, you cast the spell, and it's you now have a hand
Exactly.
with you.
And then
Do not play with it.
Yes, this we want to go to the cliff or some other direction. Which one?
How are you guys going? You guys see the map right now? How are you guys going to go?
Well, I'm following the mound, like, you know, like he said.
Actually,
Okay.
that's a good. That makes
is it
sense.
is it very windy?
Let me see.
It is
Dirt down.
eerily quiet. It's not really that windy. The fog is slowly like drifting eastward though. But it's not necessarily like super windy or anything like that. You can't really feel it.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I don't want to tell me if I'm doing too much, but after I have my mage hand, in the mage hand, I pull out of my pouch and I just put probably to you guys have never seen it before, but it's like a tin-looking, just potion-looking bottle in my mage hand, and then the whole thing just kind of goes bloop and disappears.
Okay. Okay, you guys are following the mound. Where is that mound leading them?
Let me show you.
Let him demonstrate.
Just like there's like it looks like I'm gonna go to the alleyway, but then I just go under the house.
Okay. I want you guys to move your characters to like that certain point.
I 10, 15, 25, 30.
Bing.
Is that my speed?
Can I help you?
This is an alleyway, correct? Technically, between those two buildings.
Yeah, it kind of takes you a second to squeeze through it. And Lenore, for you as you squeeze through, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Totally comfy, quiet male.
Technically,
Registered
I
trademark.
rolled the highest stealth.
TCM.
Out of the party.
Yes. Chainmail.
That should be a spell.
Oh boy.
No, it's not that.
It's like, oh. Still not
It's still kind
comforting.
of big though.
Also, Tyler, when you did your calculations to hide that bottle, I had to roll a sleight of hand to make the bottle disappear as well. It's not invisible; it's just stealth, I guess, or sleight of hand. I rolled a 26,
Oh, okay.
so I'm hoping.
What
it's
is
low.
that? Do you want to tell me what that is, or you just want to keep it a
You
little
gave it to
secret?
me. You let me have it. I purchased it at the very beginning of the campaign. It is a thing, but
Okay.
for effect, I'd like to hold on to it.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but
Want me to message you?
yeah, text it to me really quick. What armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
Chainmail.
Oh.
It's kind of like a pretty close squeeze to get between those two buildings, and you kind of hear this like as you like squeeze between them. You guys get into this
You're
like
both lower than me. Don't look at me.
I'm excited to hear what you step on.
Every single one of you.
you guys get
20, so I'm stepping up right behind leather armor.
yeah.
Just
Alessandro, what are you doing? You're kind of in like a little
Yeah,
caldera
you tell
thing.
I'm following with the group. I'm keeping the hand's still right next to me, and I can control it with a bonus action.
Go ahead and move your character to be with like the other guys. So go ahead and like move yourself into this area.
Okay, are we moving like in our 30-foot increments?
Not necessarily. I'm
Oh,
just
okay,
trying to
that's
get you
why
guys to
I
like.
only stopped at my 30.
Go ahead, everyone, move yourself like into this area.
Sure thing, boss.
Just go right into my kill box.
You got it,
please.
boss.
Right into the kill box.
Sorry.
Okay, you guys find yourself just in the middle of the four corner of these houses, and the one. Yeah, actually, if you're not, it from right here you can't really get a glimpse of what these four houses are. But as of right now, you don't see anything. You don't see any of these creatures like in your immediate vicinity.
I'll take Battykins.
Although you do hear a like off in the distance.
I'll take Billy the
Tail
Bat.
goes between my legs.
Your tail? Oh yeah, you do have a tail.
I do have a tail.
And I'll grab on to
duh, that's
Lenore
why.
next to me, I guess. And just be like, hold on, I can walk, I just have to look through the bat. So I'm like
That's
asking
mine,
you to
he's
just kind
texting
of,
me.
if we keep moving,
Sorry.
guide me. And in the meantime, I'm not doing the sound effect. Yes, I can.
Why does a bat make that noise?
God,
That's
because of Chris's magnificent
does.
brain.
It does. It does.
Just
I wish
I was there for the original
I put
bat
up
experience.
with
Yeah.
freaking mushroom eyes
This is
for
true.
like
Their
with the whole
wings-
squirrel, half a squirrel thing, the entire campaign.
Saying that out loud.
No,
I think so, actually.
no,
Yeah.
no.
The mound just disappears.
I'm just like,
You talking that loud in the game,
no,
dog?
Grumble.
in my brain, I am.
In-game grumble.
Loud brain.
Okay. So far it seems clear right now. Which way are you guys going?
Oh, yours is so far.
I have
The mound
grabbing on
reappears.
Lenore's hand or something as I close my eyes to peer through my bat, who's going to be 40 feet above me.
Okay. As you peer through your bat, the bat is kind of flying around. Roll a stealth check for your bat.
I was going to say this might be dicey, but oh, for the bat.
For the bat. Yeah, you need to look up the bat.
Does
Not
that have a stealth check?
It has a ability, I'm sure.
Worse.
You've been hanging out with the bats in my
Which would be a
neighborhood.
dex, which it has high throw, so that's pretty cool. It'll be a
Oh god.
+2 to the
Space
roll.
bat.
Space bat. That's definitely
And it gets
do it. Oh my god.
a 20 total.
20 total?
Better stealth check.
Your bat is kind of flying around.
He's ducking in ease.
Can now roll a perception check
Popping
for the
up.
bat. Well, actually, if you're using your senses through a creature, you get to use your own perception, right? Through
I'm gonna
the
have to look at Find Familiar. real
find
quick.
familiar.
Let me
I'd say roll a perception with your own perception.
I'm pretty sure it's the creature.
The creature? Okay, roll a perception with the bat.
Okay.
Bats better have.
I'm so
crazy
sorry.
good
I have to
perception.
rules lawyer this. It just says, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. So it's still kind of not clear. So I'll let you
Just
say
roll
what-
with yours.
Okay.
Just roll with yours.
Perception. Yeah, you already said that. Which is a fat.
But if it
plus
has blind sight, you have that
Okay.
feature.
Oh my god.
18.
18 total. You can see this as it's flying around. You can kind of see the buildings that it's landed on already and like torn the roof off of, and it actually looks like it's slowly making its way building towards the shop that you guys were in.
The things that I'm seeing, I'm going to mind transfer into Lenore.
Okay, how are you guys moving right now? Excuse me.
Follow the mound.
Studying the mound.
Wherever Lenore goes right now is where I'm going to be right next to.
You guys just see the mound going around a corner.
Is going to be so careful and making sure Yeros doesn't like trip or like
I've like
because
hiked
then
up the cloak a little.
yeah, so that she doesn't trip and like just sound like a ton of dishes just falling.
You guys keep moving. Move yourselves a little bit more.
Oh man.
Just that good smash, tickle, ding, ding, shatter, clink noise.
Yeah.
And right as you guys get to that point, one of these green little creatures flies onto the ground, like right next to you guys, and it looks like for a second it looked like it was like looking around, and then it almost immediately notices you standing right in front of it. Really quick, I can say Alessandro, Barkuell, you're underground. Just right off the bat, Alessandro and Akrius roll initiative.
An unnatural 20.
Oh, thank God.
Let me go and
Shut up.
get one of these creatures.
Rolled a highly natural 7.
Hi. How far is
Sorry,
that?
call
Is
you
that
out.
actually how
I saw
far
the joke.
behind you are?
I thought it was
Yes.
Do I know if you can see really well in like fog or something?
Now this is gonna look huge for a second. Don't panic.
It's half the screen, I swear to God.
I can see 300 but I can't see through like
So this is actually like a small creature.
Euros can probably see
That's
through
what I think.
stuff like that right now.
So it's this little green, like impish looking creature, and I need to roll. It's
I'm just imagining like Jiminy Cricket here.
okay. Alessandro, you got a dirty 20.
12.
12. Okay, Alessandro, this thing lands on the ground right in front of you, and you notice it a split second before it notices you. What do you do?
So do I surprise it?
Essentially, I'm not going to say you surprise it necessarily, but it's like,
Can I get sneak attack as my, like, taking that into my calculations of what I do?
I'll let you do that, yeah.
Okay. I immediately stab it.
Okay, roll to hit.
Right, dude.
13 to hit.
That's its armor class.
Oh,
You hit, dude.
Oh my God.
oh I hit.
You hit, yeah.
Oh, thank
yeah.
fucking God.
Yeah, roll damage.
Ooh, I'm not prepared for this at all.
You got this.
Okay. That, and that.
That's.
I can see from here. How do you want to kill it?
Wow.
Like, you don't.
I just like very deftly, just a really quick like, think, and it's just its head just falls off. Just,
Oh yeah,
it just
it
goes limp.
It lets
Don't even stop moving. It's like a casual just flick as I keep
it
going.
lands and it makes eye contact with you right as and you just see its head. Like, it let out the slightest little squeak of a call right before the head just hits the ground, and its head's only like this big, or the size of a softball as it hits the ground, and the whole body just kind of
I feel like I just
falls
murdered
over.
an ugly child or something. Like,
That was a horrible centipede you just murdered.
Yeah.
It's
Fantastic.
fine.
And
Definitely not an
it's
ugly
dead.
Space Goblin.
What are you guys doing now?
I'm completely unaware of what
I'm
to
gonna,
say.
I'm gonna grab the body
Looking at
and
buildings
drag
in
it
the back.
kind of out of sight.
I mean, it's so small you can just kind of like lift up the like just pick it up by the leg and
Okay.
move it.
Is there like an open window?
It's kind of slightly bigger than a cat.
Is there like an open window or anything?
Oh yeah, as you walk kind of over in that area, you actually notice when you get to the front, this whole building is actually like a blacksmith's area.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of toss it under a table.
Could we
in that
forge an ugly child blade?
Okay, yeah, you take this like little impish looking creature and just toss it under a table.
We're gonna smelt the
In there.
corpse into raw materials, are we?
Okay, what are you guys doing now?
Oh,
You now see the shack that is the entrance to the mine right ahead of you, and it kind of has like an open entryway into this shack.
2 questions. 1, did you just do the body? Like, just pick up the body and throw it?
I only have one hand.
So, yes. I should know better. Noticing you do that, I just kind of like stick the head with my rapier and flick it.
Just
Like,
up.
gotta hide all the evidence
Yeah.
as well. And then my magic hand with my bonus action will trail to be right behind Yeros. As long as and then I'll try to maintain that 30 feet distance.
Okay.
By the way, did I see anything to note with the bat around this area?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
But you do see with the bat. Are you still watching with it?
I'm just about to finish up.
You do see the creature like use its wings to fly up, and it lands on top of the storehouse now, and
Okay.
it starts tearing apart the roof of the
And
storehouse.
that's the final thing. It's just like, it's at the storehouse we were at. And then I come out of the bat vision.
Okay, and you guys, like I said, you guys can see the shack that leads to the doorway of this mine. Are you guys all gonna make your way in there?
Hustling.
yeah.
Okay.
As we're hustling, Leonore is just going to quickly reach into her bag and pull out a whole bunch of crossbow bolts that she inexplicably has had since the beginning of the campaign, and slip it over to Leon.
You do understand crossbow bolts are not the same as arrows.
Did you have a crossbow?
You do now. And I reach out, I'm not even kidding.
Damn, okay.
I'm not even joking you. I'm like, you could probably use this more than me. I hand you a light crossbow. Yay! And all my ammunition is 20 bolts.
So now you have 40 bolts.
Now you have a
I'm
light
impressed
crossbow
because
and 40
I
bolts.
thought you were gonna try to pull out some like
But-
Jeff level bullshit of
You
like, can I
guys
just
have
use it on a
no
short bow and only
idea.
like half draw it for like
Sweet.
some stupid game?
Okay, where are you guys all moving to?
I had 6 arrows left.
Moving to the entrance, making sure
So,
Wow, we just
I'm
held
keeping
so
the
much.
distance I want
Okay.
to.
You guys all make your way into the entrance of this like entryway to the mine. And as you guys make your way in,
Move everybody up.
yeah, go ahead and guys move yourselves in, like actually into the building.
Okay. Whoop.
As you guys make your way in, you come into this. It's almost just like a shack. There's no windows in it, but there are crates and barrels, just kind of lining the wall. Excuse me. And just kind of lining the wall. And up ahead, at the edge, you see these closed gates.
I'm gonna dig under him.
You're gonna dig under them.
Darn
Okay.
it.
Yeah, you dig under and pop up the other side.
Yeah, is there an opening mechanism?
And you see first you pop up and you see the dark, like the mine goes off into just darkness. And as you look around, there is actually like a plank of wood across the 2 doors on these like latch things. And it's relatively easy. It's not like a crazy heavy piece. You open it and the door opens. You guys all make your way inside?
Badger for the win. Yes.
Okay, you make your way inside into the dark mine.
Don't leave
What are you
don't leave
guys?
Leon behind.
You close it
Oh,
behind
I
you?
go back under the
Oh, you go back underground?
Oh no.
Out of curiosity, are you guys closing the mine behind you? Or
Yes.
The door behind
That'd be a good
you?
idea.
Okay,
That'd be a
you
good
guys close
idea.
the mine behind you, or the gates behind you, and that's actually where we are going to level up. Everybody.
Yeah, baby!
And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Damn.
We will be right back after these mofos level up, and I go use the restroom.
Level 7, baby!
Thank you so much. Ciao. Welcome back to, I don't know, fuck it. We're back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Some salty nuts.
Let's get right back into it. You guys just barely got into the mine, and as you shut the door and lock it behind you, you look. It is like, as you look forward, it's just darkness into this mine.
I would like to give my beautiful party members sight beyond sight, so they can all now see 300 feet before them in darkness.
Great. You guys all get a game-breaking mechanic.
Bless
The
us!
badger's eyes are like lantern lights.
We all get that?
Yeah.
God, yeah. Only as a game breaking.
As she does this, you look
Yes.
you look down the mine shaft, and it runs deeper into the mountain. The mine shaft is roughly rectangular, and the sides and the ceilings are all reinforced with these heavy oak beams that have been cut out and placed. The wood seems like not super old, but still relatively waterlogged, as some of the ground in this mine is kind of wet a little bit. And what are you guys doing?
Well, first of all, I would like to give Leon vigilant blessing. So she's gonna slap him real hard on the back.
You just like slapping me.
I do.
Leon, my boy, that also means that you're in front.
What was that you gave him?
It's called vigilant blessing
What does that do?
because I want you to be, just
I'll look it up.
light on your toes. I guess watchful. I want you to have advantage on initiative.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
How long does that last?
Right to the point.
Just
Just in.
Just until he uses it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until I use it
because
on
the
someone
knight
else.
has taught you to be vigilant.
Yes.
The night.
The night.
I feel.
I just need you to get sneak
Okay.
attack.
You guys can see in the dark,
Fire.
and one of you has advantage on initiative. What are you doing?
I feel like I'm a bat of some kind. Like
You guys are
Mission?
currently still
Like this
standing
Like a
next
man?
to the.
Man bat. Man bat.
man.
You guys are still standing next to the closed, gate, not gate, but doorway behind you. You can actually hear the buzzing continue from outside, but
We should probably.
in kind of distanced. Like you can just hear it, and you can hear it land on another roof and start to tear it apart again.
Yeah, we should. Then let's go.
You guys keep going.
Leon,
To
take
its
the
business.
Okay, you guys start walking down the tunnel. You can kind of see this main walkway, but off of it are little chutes of tunnel smaller tunnel that go off in kind of random directions. And all of these tunnels are supported with smaller, weaker wooden support structures that seem relatively old and pretty waterlogged. And some of these little tunnels that kind of go off have actually already caved in, and you kind of see one of them branch off of the main tunnel and then you can actually see it curves in one direction, and then you keep walking and you can see it curve back into the main tunnel and go down, and actually kind of like underneath you guys, and you guys see that there's like a little wooden almost like bridge that's built over that as it goes off the other direction back into the into like the stone wall and off into the darkness again. So these tunnels are just kind of spidering out in all different directions. Is anyone doing anything specific as you walk?
I'm going to. Let's take a look.
And you're probably walking for, so far, 10, 15 minutes down this tunnel.
I will take.
And eventually the droning sound fades away into nothing.
I will take out. I have an ounce bottle of ink that I might have been periodically. Well, I've been using it all the time, let's be honest, so it's probably less than an ounce full, but not really that much more. And I'll just be like dipping my finger in it as we go along and marking the left-hand side of where we go continuously.
So far, you haven't...
Try and keep track of where we've been.
Sure. So far, you haven't been turning, like, off of any branches or anything like that.
Once we do. That's a good point. But yeah, I guess once we get to that point.
If we just take a left every time, we should be able to get to where we want to go eventually.
What about a right every time?
Never works.
Immediately, the first left is a caved-in tunnel.
Well, so much for that.
Sorry,
I guess.
inside joke.
Yeah, I know.
We found it. It's the evil pile of rocks.
You guys keep walking. Eventually, like, after about 15 to 20 minutes, these small branches of tunnels that just go off in random directions eventually ends. And the tunnel starts to get a little bit more nicely cut out of the stone as you guys walk along. Let me just read something real quick. And you guys are, there's still like wooden support beams as you guys are walking, but this second part of the mine seems a lot more well-defined of a tunnel that is tunneling down. It's more square looking, the floor is flatter. The wooden support structures are like very specifically placed every 10 feet or so, and it all looks very meticulously placed at this point.
It looks corporate.
Until eventually you get to a point where you see a wooden carriage hanging over basically a pit. And on this carriage you can see two cranks on either side of it, and it's just this standing platform with a small like wood and rope cage around it. And it doesn't go, the tunnel doesn't lead anywhere else, it leads to this.
Okay. I peer over the edge.
It goes down into darkness. Even with your 300 feet of seeing, you can't see the bottom of this quite yet.
It's a really, really big hole, guys.
You can see as you peer down a rope kind of on a little bit further off, like behind this, that kind of goes, it's actually not a rope, it's like a big chain that really goes down into the darkness as well. And it's kind of, that's about all you can see actually.
Okay. Then I'll just take
Alright,
my
what?
companions to see what. You guys feeling like we just keep going?
Do you want to send your little bat friend to possibly have a look?
You see, I would, except it's just, it goes down deeper, way farther than I could send him, and I can see, which is pretty cool. But I could. The bat wouldn't help. It's just.
I could throw my rock. I still have
Gotcha.
my.
You still have that rock.
Yeah.
I actually
Wow.
have one too as I pull out the rock
bigger
golem's rock.
The rock.
Oh god.
That's a souvenir. You can't even throw that away.
Oh, good point.
I cast detect magic just so as we descend, I can possibly pick up anything as we go
Traces?
down.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you cast detect magic, and so far everything seems mundane to you right now.
Okay. Well,
Right.
I light.
let's take a ride.
I kneel down while they're all talking about throwing rocks and stuff in there, and I'm gonna light one of my torches. And
Let's just watch it. It's like
I'm gonna druid craft that flame out.
Okay.
how long did that take for you to do that? How far did it go away?
instantaneously,
It's
60
instant.
feet.
Yeah.
It's kind of he lights it, and then you see him drop it, and you're like, and
And
you
it's just
like snap your
dead
fingers, and
torch? That's-
as you drop that, just about 5 feet away from you, as it falls, the light goes out. Oh fuck!
That's rude.
But it's
What you did.
It's
was very
quiet.
rude.
We know that there's an
it's
evil
quiet
wizard
for
person in here.
a bit before you finally hear this, and like this echo sound.
Great. Now we'll never know if there's flammable gases down there.
We have 300 feet of dark vision. Can we see the bottom?
No,
you
we can't.
cannot.
No,
He's
no
already.
offense. No offense, but I would trust him
How
to know
long?
more about gases.
About how long
You don't seem like a very
did I
gassy type of
perceive
wizard.
that to take to fall
That's
to
true.
the
It's all
bottom?
internal.
To tape. Roll an intelligence check for me.
Right.
That couldn't
Good
have gone off my
annoying, not
perception.
Well, you're trying to
I trust him.
You.
like as far as time goes.
Yes.
Wait, what are you trying to figure out?
Man, I don't
Why?
really know how to do the math in my head. So
Wait, what?
Oh, how to calculate how long it took to
You
fall.
two?
roll an intelligence check for me, really quick.
Terminal velocity.
Oh. 60
We've done this
feet per
math before.
second.
Oh no, I just wanted to count.
Count.
Yeah, like. Oh. How many seconds?
What is terminal velocity? Well, it's different depending on your.
It's
Maximum
speed of
attainable
grass
velocity of something falling through
times your mass
the air. And
divided
it's a
by.
whole thing. So
I
forget
just
it.
wanted
Yeah.
to count. how many
It's
seconds.
probably like,
Yeah.
dang man,
Say it
I
again.
don't know, somewhere around 10 to 15 seconds before you hear it.
So would we even hear it at that point?
Yeah.
It's very quiet, I guess.
You hear, if everyone's being quiet, you can slightly hear it.
Okay, so damn, that's far.
You're full of a toque.
Basically. Next time, do us all a favor.
Maybe it's somewhere around 10 seconds
Okay,
instead.
so damn, that's far.
So what did that prove? It's
Don't
far.
fall.
It's deep.
Great.
What are you guys doing?
If the noise
get
didn't
the
let
thing.
them know we were here.
I hop in the thing.
Let's
Up
go.
anything? As you step onto the wooden platform, it kind of creaks, and you step on, and the whole thing shifts a little bit to your weight. But as you step on it, it seems pretty dang sturdy.
All right.
Not even relatively, it seems sturdy.
Maybe just don't jump on it. I
I'll
guess.
go in and after him. We'll do it.
Okay, all of you guys get on.
I mean, I could fly down there. How wide is it?
There's not really a whole bunch of space for you to get past this to get actually into the shaft. It seems like it fits the shaft pretty well going down.
Yeah.
Don't
What?
Don't that smirk. I know that smirk.
And I look around for a button or a crank. Or
So
a
there are
pulley.
2 cranks on both sides.
Okay.
There's 1 crank on each
Your
side.
torch is still on because I'm still a
Sounds
gadget.
like a job for my buddy Leon.
Tell him that.
Your torch is actually still lit. 'cause I'm still
If you
gadget.
haven't noticed, I'm not the strongest bird.
Oh, okay. It goes down into darkness, and it actually fades before you can see it land.
Oh god.
Nothing exploded.
Nothing.
I would much rather the fireball happen with us up here
Yeah.
than down there. I'm just
That's a
saying.
good point.
Now we know.
Good point.
A little.
Okay. I'm gonna, as this guy,
I volunteered him to do
me.
the crank. I don't know
Do the
why.
cranking.
You walk over to a crank, and as you try to pull the crank, it's not just like a lever you pull. It's like you actually have to sit there and crank this thing. And as you do it, the whole thing, as you do one side, the whole thing like shifts in one direction.
Lenore will get the other side.
The other crank. So you both start cranking it on both sides, and the whole thing starts to shift downwards, and goes.
Not very fast.
And you can hear the like crank word like.
Y'all hear it very sarcastic. Man, if only I didn't throw that loud torch.
Just this little badger yelling at you, but can't understand jack that it's saying.
Oh, yeah, you're still a badger.
And then
like-
squeeze on top of it. Going,
Boy, calm down. No. Place.
Good for space saving, though.
The giant badger.
It's like a normal badger. You're like a huge badger, like
it's like a 40-pound badger,
relative to.
dude.
Oh,
It's a
So
giant
you're like
badger.
a fat ass badger.
Yeah.
Like a
With a
medium-sized
PH.
dog badger.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
About
Anyway.
about 5 minutes goes by before on the other side you actually see you see the counterweight come up going up the other direction.
Dang.
Halfway through.
Mechanical advantage and a counterweight? Heavy.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I know what you mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
Game over.
We can just end it right now.
It's just like a gigantic stone.
It is a big stone, but it's more flat because there's not actually a whole lot of space between the end of the carriage and like the actual wall. There's probably like 5 feet of space between the end of the carriage and the other side of the
It's
wall.
like a slab.
Yeah, so it's like a big slab that
Okay.
goes up the other direction. And you guys
Keep
continue,
cranking. Y'all.
continue cranking.
So, two of us effectively have to stay up here for this to operate properly.
Looking like it.
Are we really wanting to get down to the bottom?
Well, what else is? What else is?
Well, we see that one other tunnel that kind of effectively just goes one level down.
The spider tunnels at the very beginning.
So it like tunneled off, and then it came back and tunneled. It looked like it tunneled through the floor to the other side. It wasn't necessarily like going down a level. It just seemed like sporadic tunneling that they had to like make a walkway over.
So those are probably here prior to.
I'll let you roll a history check if you want.
I'd love to. I'm so good at history.
Do it, little badger.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah, say less.
Yeah. What's the total?
20. Yeah.
So
You read some stupid article on the side of a magazine while taking a piss or something.
That was in Undercommon.
Flush.
You're a druid. You know.
you're
these kinds of
basically
things.
experiencing the same thing as Slumdog Millionaire. It's just like he randomly knew all the
like-
answers.
Yeah, like what are the odds?
Oh yeah, I just know the answer to that. I saw it on the back of a milk carton after this whole huge story. Anyways,
Duh.
Subtle shade.
You guys should have gone to the school I went to. Those milk cartons?
okay, so
Money.
Don't you dare bring George Lucas into this.
a lot of mining that happens that's like lesser funded. When you try to mine material, you're specifically following the ore vein that you're mining out. So you kind of get the sense that these smaller mines were of them mining and just following this ore vein wherever the hell it went. And then it looked at a certain point in time, someone came in and actually mined a tunnel through this whole thing. And wherever that small ore vein that was previously mined out was, they just built like a little thing over it. So it's not so much that like the smaller chutes are not actually like well planned. It's just following the natural vein, and then this bigger mining tunnel came in later.
Some milk or
Let me see something.
Do you comment on that in your badger speak?
yeah.
Actually, what Barkuell the badger is actually just kind of grumpily doing like a circle around the hole, like a ornery badger. Imagine just kind of looking down the hall, yelling at you.
Are you an American badger or a European badger?
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Awesome.
You gotta consider the airspeed velocity of the
Oh
badger.
my god.
Something like Tasmanian or something? Eastern
I'm
Asia.
a sub-Saharan Africa honey badger.
Oh, okay, so you're a
From
fucking
space.
You're a mean badger.
Big ass eyes,
Cat.
glowing spots.
There's a hint of
Those
green
are
on you, perhaps.
massive.
Yeah. Remember the cat description from this
Big stripe.
way back?
Just imagining
Yeah,
Stitch.
that but fussy
That just
badger.
had like a few
Fussy
stripes.
badger.
Grumpus.
Awesome.
Honey badgers don't give a shit.
Honey badger. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm just being grumpy, hissing and stuff. Which
Were you
you
doing
guys
anything
probably
specifically,
know
or-
that Barkuell's just thinking.
Gotcha.
Don't got anything really that
Waiting.
useful to contribute.
Just
in it.
waiting.
Just chilling.
Barkuell, are you going to do anything specifically, or are you just gonna wait
To
until?
be honest, I have to pick a different spell from last level. And so, because I just found out that spell does not work the way I thought it did.
Yeah, I'll let you just read.
So that's why the grumpy badger's happening.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead. If you picked a spell that you didn't really actually thought worked the right way, then go ahead and change it. Never mind.
Almost done.
Kat, did you want me to wait for you to do that, or we just?
Nope, good to go.
You guys eventually, after about 10, somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 15 minutes of this cart traveling downwards, you guys finally, the cart finally lands, and you see an opening going off the opposite direction. Just into the dark.
Alright.
And actually, you can see, sorry, one second. You can see that the tunnel with your vision, you can see 300 feet in darkness. You can see that the tunnel opens up, but you don't see what it opens up into. What were you going to ask?
I was gonna look for my torch, but I rolled a 7 perception with my
I mean, you can...
bright 300
It's gotta be right
bright
there,
light
though,
gaze.
right?
The
It's
torch
not-
is still lit, and it's just on the ground. In fact, you can see it's like underneath the carriage right now.
Like, I can get to it under the carriage.
Like lighting the carriage on fire.
You can smell some wood cooking.
I snuff it out with prestidigitation.
Okay. Yeah, it goes under, or it goes out underneath the little carriage. So yeah, you can see this. As you guys hit the bottom, you see this. It's a oddly square-shaped tunnel, like 15 feet tall by 15 feet wide. Very large, and it's surprisingly smooth. It's not like marble smooth, but it just doesn't seem like it was like it has the hard texture of being picked with an axe. But this tunnel continues into the darkness. Well, actually not for you guys. This tunnel continues off, and then you can see it opens up somewhere around 50 to 60 yards ahead of you guys. You can't exactly see what's out there, but this stone is very smooth. It's very square. The ceiling is pretty flat, or the ceiling, the floor is pretty flat. The ceiling is pretty flat.
Are we talking like smooth, like the labs of Myriad smooth, or
It's like a little wavy, the walls and
definitely
ground,
not chiseled.
but it wasn't chiseled specifically. You can tell that pretty quick. You're not exactly sure how this was done, but actually, I'll let you roll an Arcana check if you like.
Can I sense anything magical?
Not right now.
It's a natural one.
You have no idea.
Get him out.
shit. That's
I have
a
an idea.
weird. That's a weird tunnel.
I forgot.
What was I thinking about? It's gone.
Anyone want to do anything specifically before you move on?
I'm trying to think.
I'm just,
Bite your ankle.
There's only one way to go.
yeah.
I just grunt. Walk off.
What did you say? You just what?
I'm resting after doing all that.
Okay. Yeah, your arms are a little bit sore.
So there's two of us up top, correct? And the rest of us went down? Is that...
Oh, did two of you stay up
We
top?
all went down.
Oh, because I thought you said two had to stay up top.
On the
Crank.
thing.
No, that was just
on the elevator.
He
on
meant
the
just to be
elevator,
like
just-
using the crank to get down. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I think he was gonna do something and then decided
Oh,
not to.
okay. I misunderstood.
Yeah, Barkuell had an idea that I don't think was gonna work out the way he thought. Okay, you guys continue moving through the tunnel.
And then you hear from Yeros.
What do you mean they killed it?
Quite.
so many questions.
Good effort.
What happened to the ape and the
Is this-
crab thing?
Are you saying this like out loud?
You're just replicating
Like,
it.
yeah.
Like a parakeet.
You say this and it echoes out into
Oh
the.
my god.
And then I kind of get a little bashful. I'm like, sorry. Just practicing.
You know, for
You do that in your head.
I sure
You know,
do.
sometimes I think he forgets to make sure it's in the head.
Was that guy
Sorry,
saying
it's just so
that
quiet.
in Abyssal?
No, that guy was
How did you
talking in
know?
common.
It's not.
Okay.
you know, for a well-dressed looking dude, he sure did ask a lot of questions.
And I like that he called his creatures the crab dude instead of
Crab creature. Yeah.
instead of naming his creatures.
Crab dude and the ape dude.
And how he said he'd send it back to hell and then bring it back as a worm. I mean, that's pretty messed up.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty rude.
That's pretty bad.
I'm sure that bug creature that was flying around probably started out as a log run.
And then
Maybe that's what he meant.
Well, hell no.
it seemed like it got angry after the wizard left and just fucking threw a tantrum.
Yeah, tearing off roofs like a little cereal box. You know, looking for a prize.
I wouldn't be
What's a
happy
cereal
either.
Is that like a food or something?
It's some sort of like just something kids obsess over. Like there's some
Explains what
like a rabbit, and it's like
Well, that sounds weird.
stop me at any time.
You guys continue. I'm guessing you're walking and talking.
No, I'm practicing my
Everybody's
stand-up right now.
like, I'll get on. I'll say I'll get in on it. Just kind of nervous, chattering. Just like we're all like, what is going on?
Yeah.
probably startled the crap out of you all with this sudden pantomime of this guy.
The cranks are in the carriage, right?
Yeah, they're inside the carriage. And once you guys land, there's like a little latch thing to latch, and it actually latches the crank
In place.
in place so that the counterweight can't come back down.
I'm gonna make sure before we walk away that those are very, very, very secure.
Yeah, they seem pretty secure.
Okay.
From where none of this, all of this material, like the material here, it all seems like it's in really good repair.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like it hasn't been abandoned by any means, or at least it hasn't been rotted away from abandonment. So you guys continue walking down this like 15 by 15 foot tunnel, and at a certain point, something that none of you have really ever seen before, this tunnel opens up into very wide and deep expanse. And let me find where this is so I can. So this deep and wide expanse reaches out into darkness, and about every 20 feet there is like a natural stone pillar that stands there, and it goes on into the darkness well past where you guys can actually see. And as you look to the left, it continues to the left, and as you look to the right, it continues out towards the right. It's still only about 15 feet tall, but it's like a massive room of just these pillars that just goes out forever, that so far that you can see right now. And as you guys step out of this 15 by 15 hallway, there is a metal track immediately in front of you that goes left to right into the darkness.
This is as good as mine.
Are there any like controls?
So like,
There's no there it's just these two metal beams on the ground that reach left and they reach out right. There's no
into this thing,
as you're coming into this thing, you cross these tracks. There's no contraption on them. There's no like anything around them.
I'm gonna channel my inner Aragorn here and make kind of a thing of it. But I'm gonna get down and listen to the railing and see if I can hear like a vibration or if there's like activity on the track.
Roll a perception check.
I think that's a 17. 16.
It is cold and silent. There's no vibrations on the track.
I read about it in a book. I don't know if it works or not.
Does she sense it?
You actually... This isn't actually something I've discussed with Cameron, who kind of owns this world, but I don't think you guys actually know what this track is. I don't think trains exist in this universe. So this metal rail that runs parallel to each other, I don't think you guys have ever actually seen something like this.
So we just leaving metal about just like that. That looks like it could be like a good sword.
On that note, I didn't touch it.
Okay, you don't touch it.
Did not touch that.
Is there
The way
anything
it's shaped, it's
magical?
definitely made for
It doesn't seem magical, and you don't see anything magical around.
Maybe it's that special prototype stuff.
I'm just looking. Does this extend past 300 feet? Like, in all
As you
directions?
look to the left, it extends past 300 feet. As you look to the right, it probably goes 100 feet before it turns to the right again into, like, just into the wall. Not into the wall, but into that direction, and you can't see it past that.
So, any ideas, guys?
Anybody got dice? Just roll it.
I mean, is it a path? A marker? Like you can... It's like in the ground.
I'm just writing
Yeah.
in the book.
It seems like it's mounted in the ground.
The
Sorry.
hell was that?
Wrong campaign. But that's how I feel trying to roleplay not knowing what a fucking train is, okay?
Yeah, it's actually, as a DM, it's really hard to describe modern type stuff to you guys without saying it in modern ways.
Yeah, I could only... Oh, yeah, that sounds hard.
Myriad was full of that kind of shit.
I'm sure... Oh, man, I'm sure.
We're such an off-putting group today.
I'll probably walk to the right, like 30 feet, and send the bat to where I see it dips away, essentially, and see what I can see. Right?
Okay, so as you send the bat that direction, well, you walk 30 feet that direction, and then you send the bat. At a certain point, the rail... It's interesting because the rail still goes straight, but it also kind of has like these parts that curve off of it into another hallway that goes down to the right, right? And as the bat looks down there, roll a perception check really quick.
Oh god, 3.
3? He's dead.
He's dead.
I'm kidding. The bat can't really see. It's just kind of dark for the bat.
Yeah, I realize. Oh, the bat wasn't given super amazing nighttime sight,
So it can't really see down that
but it
direction.
does have blind sight, so it can at least know for sure what's within 10
Shouldn't
feet.
it have like tremor sense or something?
No, the bat's blind sight is substantial.
60 feet blind sight.
Okay, yeah, so
Thank you for that reminder.
there is definitely... yeah, but blind sight isn't necessarily seeing, is it?
I have no clue. It can.
It's
don't think
sonar sight.
It's kind of like sonar in a way. I'd say there seems to be some kind of like workshop down in that area.
It's echolocation. It's a bat. So
Okay.
that's what its blind side is.
There are definitely structures down in that area. Some of them have kind of a different variety of sounds bouncing back to the bat. And
Maybe
your
it
bat
looks like
understands
Daredevil
that
vision a
is
little bit.
that is different types of like materials and stuff
Okay.
like that bouncing back at it.
Yeros,
I'm just like,
what do your bat eye see?
honestly, I couldn't tell you. Different materials, but it's dark. I can't make out the shape from around the corner.
Let's go that way.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, you guys all walk about 100 feet before the track turns into this another like 15 by 15 hallway with these metal like railings along the ground that go into the darkness. Actually, it's not dark for you guys.
And just paint this picture. There's no tools. There's no sign of life. There's
In this immediate area, no, but as you guys turn the corner, you probably see about 60 feet away from where you turn, there is a workshop back there with this kind of like big mound of something underneath a tarp.
Secret weapon. Secret weapon.
Let's take a peek.
Should we say something?
Would my detect magic still be going?
Yes.
Okay. You said 60 feet.
Yeah, about 60 feet. Can you see 60 feet?
No, it has to be within 30.
Yeah, so far, nothing's teaming for you yet.
I want to make sure it's still up. Maybe we should get just a little bit closer, maybe within 30 feet.
We'll go a little closer.
Does it say what you can see through? Like,
Yes.
does whatever you're looking at, that if you see an item that emanates magic, do you have to be able to see it, or can you see it through anything?
I just can detect auras. And then I learn it's School of Magic, but it's blocked by a foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Okay. So you guys are walking in that way? Okay. You walk in that direction, and about 30 feet away from the entrance to what looks like this workshop, you start to pick up on auras. You can't... They don't really have a... Because it's like a specific color for magic, for like different schools of magic, so to speak. They don't really have like a specific color. They're just kind of this like churning their multiple colors going on. But you can see there is an aura underneath this tarp. That's kind of there's kind of this big contraption, and these metal bars on the ground lead right underneath this big tarp. This big, probably 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide contraption underneath this tarp that is glowing some kind of magical aura. You also see 3 over in the corner, 3 other auras that are roughly the same color, kind of glowing over in that direction. Just in the back right-hand corner.
So she's going to point at the big thing, and then also point at the other things, and then hold up 3 fingers. Give off. Don't know what kind it is. She's whispering.
Okay.
Don't know what kind it is. It's just an amalgamation of different magics. But they're lit up.
Yes, I'm dying to take a look.
Yeah, big same.
Mage hand. I go to the corner of the tarp, or whatever's holding it, and just start to lift it up
Are you
with mage hand.
with Mage Hand? So you guys haven't actually entered
I
yet?
basically just been holding the book this whole time and writing shit down, and I just like flip
Okay.
it to the page.
So you're using your
remind
Mage
myself
Hand to
that-
go in there and kind of lift this tarp up. As you do, you kind of get this glint of metal as you lift it up. How far are you lifting it up?
10 feet,
How much can the Mage Hand carry?
5 pounds-ish.
5 pounds?
So if it gets too heavy,
There's a
to
certain
hold,
point-
Just stop.
There's a certain, well, if you're only lifting it up 10, you're lifting up like a corner of it, I suppose, 10 feet.
Yes.
Okay, as you lift up a corner, you do see this like this glint of metal as you lift this tarp up. But you can't lift the tarp up like all the way.
I'll have my mage hand give me back my bottle and go and help his mage hand.
Okay.
Kind
probably add
of
up.
like drag it back off.
How much
it.
do you say? 10 feet? 5 feet?
10
10 pounds?
10 pounds.
It's like
no
it'll
more
be
than
10 pounds total.
10 pounds total. You can't. Right now, you can't drag this tarp off quite yet. It's still too heavy, and it's like a thick tarp.
20 pounds total. Each one can do 10 pounds total.
Oh, okay. It's still pretty heavy though.
Okay.
So you guys can't quite pull it out, but you do see this like metal contraption underneath that, from what you guys can tell, almost has the look of like a cannon in some kind of way.
All right. I think we should reveal.
I think
Could be
I'm going to look about for traps or defenses or I suppose that's
Roll a perception check.
hidden things.
That's definitely
Same.
smart.
I'll let you two, either you can help each other or both of you can roll.
I've
Oh,
released
you
it.
should
Just those two
roll
for
with
now.
advantage.
And at this point, we've released the tarp back down.
That's so much better. Where's my perception? That's
So much better. It's not even close.
so. What is my perception? That's my perception. 27.
27.
Yeah.
You don't see, like, the entrance into this area. You are pretty positive there are no traps or anything like that. You don't see the presence of any creatures in there or anything like that. It seems safe. It seems clear.
I'm going in. We're going in. We're going in. We're all going in.
What do you mean going in?
Or we're going into this room. How's the ground?
Well, I thought we were like kind of already.
It
So we're all standing in
is
front of
solid stone, and it's relatively smooth.
Okay. Well,
Can't dig through it.
I like close my eyes and walk in.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were doing
As a
something.
badger, I'm gonna say no.
Then I'm gonna go back into Barkuell.
Okay.
So as you do that, I kind of like close my eyes and just step in, expecting something to happen. I don't trust this room at all with all the magical doohickeys and whatnots.
So you're entering.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys enter in, and it is a large workshop. And you can see like a area that is all set up with like a forge and smithery tools, and there's another area with a bunch of like workshop and desks, and you can kind of see paper pinned to like work boards that are mounted to the wall and stuff like that. And then also you see this large tarped thing in the center of the room. Leonore, as you walk in, there's still this glow from underneath the tarp, but at this corner of the room there are 3 chunks of some kind of stone. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is with your detect magic also emanating like colors out of it, so it's hard to kind of tell what material this is, but it looks like 3 chunks of something that are emanating magic on a desk over in the far corner.
And what whoever's on that desk, she's still whispering. Those are the 3. Looks like magical chunks of stone. Something.
At the range you guys are at right now, you can't exactly tell what it is, but they do look like 3 chunks of like.
Go, squeak, squeak, go.
I'm not sounding lost.
Send Squee Squee over there.
I'll trade something.
Straight senses. As Squee Squee walks over there,
Pops.
pops
Slides.
over there, slides on over. He kind of just jumps up onto the desk that they're sitting on, and he kind of runs over, and he sees these 3. They're kind of like strange gem-like objects. Roll an Arcana check for me.
You know what duking sounds like? When ferrets duke? Because if you do, oh man, I highly recommend you look it up because that's what Squeeze Squeeze doing right now. Nat 1, baby.
Nat 1.
For a total of 1.
They look like some kind of gem-like stones. You're not sure what they are.
Space rocks.
Yeah, that's about it.
I just turn to you and straight and say, space rocks. My eyes are all like, ugh. Squeeze Squeeze is gonna do the duking noise and
It's all
head
ice
back.
from space, huh?
Actually, he's gonna touch one.
I mean, wouldn't it make
He kind of just touched one. They're cold,
would it make more sense if they were
hard.
mined rock?
Biting it,
Doesn't do anything.
tasting way.
Yeros, are
Tastes
you
like
more well learned in this kind
stones.
of?
Oh, I don't
Doesn't have any
know.
kind of taste.
Can I roll any kind of check on it?
Are you gonna approach them?
Yes.
You approach them. I'll let you roll an Arcana check on them.
Do it.
I'll go with you.
Do you actually hold them?
No, this is a book and
Oh, okay.
we're just frowning, staring at it, and like
10.
just like
They look.
flipping through the book.
They look actually less like gem to you and more like a type of strange glass that seems to be melted out of like multiple different kinds of materials, but they almost look more like a glass-like structure.
I can't really make heads or tails of it, to be honest.
Is it my turn for a check?
Yeah, if you approach them, yeah. I'll let you.
Okay. No, I said I was going up with him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I went up with him. So I wanted to approach it from more like I obviously don't know what these are, so I want to try to deduce what they're used for. Like
Okay.
looking at the thing, I want to look at the cannon. I'm just gonna kind of. I don't think we're getting
So
attacked
far,
here,
no one's
so-
pulled the tarp off yet.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed. We're not dead yet, so I'm gonna like look at them, and then if I'm able and it doesn't screw anything up,
Okay.
open the tarp, just start kind of really.
Are you gonna take the tarp off?
I'm gonna look at the barracks with my investigation, and then I'll take the tarp off. Can I do that?
Can I just keep a lookout for
Things.
things?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking out. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
I can help with that. If
I don't need your help.
are you sure?
25.
You son of
It's amazing, Kenneth.
You
I'm
go
sorry,
up
I can't do math. 23.
and you pick up one of these stones, and it's more closer to the size of like a football. An American football, I should be precise. It's more closer to the size of a football, and actually on both sides they have these holes kind of drilled into the, these holes drilled into them, like reaching towards the center of it. And as you start to look around, as you look up, there are these boards that are like mounted to the walls, and there are blueprints mounted all over them for all sorts of contraptions on these blueprints. But as you're starting to look around, you do find like a main blueprint for the mining equipment that Boris had told you, and actually showed you like pictures of this piece of equipment. You actually do see that all of these blueprints are all associated with this piece of equipment in some kind of way. And as you're looking at it, this blueprint shows what looks to be like a cannon. So it has this, the front half of it is very similar to a cannon, but in the center is this big gyro contraption, and in the center of that, it looks like it has these two needles that come out and hold some kind of like stone in the center of it. And you, with your investigation, you get the sense that whatever these are, it's for that part of the machine.
How big is this blueprint?
The blueprint, it's actually like the one that's mounted on this wall is probably about 4 feet wide, and it would be a relatively big piece of paper.
Flip to a new page.
Yeah, I was about to
I just start doing it. I'm just like, here you go.
So
I'm
on-
gonna actually roll for this because I can roll to create a perfect replica of something. Fun fact.
What's the time?
But I don't want. Yeah, for real though.
While you're doing that little role play, Slayer, I'm going to turn to point this out to you and be like, I'm not surprised. And then I'm going to walk over to the cannon.
Actually, that's up to you. How long do you think it would take to copy this blueprint down?
Like a perfect replica of it?
Let's say, pretend it's an amateur replica, but because I'm this creature that I am, it just, if I do any kind of replica and I
Replicating.
make an ability check, I get advantage on that check to produce an exact duplicate. That would, so like, if it was like a calligrapher's tools check, I don't really know what it would be.
Do you have calligraphy tools?
But it would just be copying writing. I just have book, pen, ink,
Book,
that type of
pen.
thing.
Do you have, do you have proficiency with calligraphy
No.
tools? I'm not sure what skill like copying would be. Sleight of hand, maybe? What do you think,
question.
James? Like copying a
I would treat it as a charisma check.
charisma check? So
That
like
or wisdom.
forgery?
Well, maybe even intelligence. Depends on really how you want to do it. I'm just treating it as a profession,
Why
which
don't
is
we just
wisdom
take the
based.
blueprint and you can
Or
copy 'em
if
in?
it's
We don't have
art,
time
then
for
it's
this.
charisma.
Okay.
It's recall,
You just see
it's
me. I'm just.
intelligence.
I'd say-
already starting,
I'd say-
like I'm absorbed in it. But
I
then
hear
I'm
you say
like,
that. Grab you.
I'd say intelligence. Make a
Okay.
basic intelligence check,
Alright.
adding,
With my one.
let's say add your proficiency bonus to
Two.
it.
Intelligence check plus.
Here, you know what?
proficiency.
And you just see like a mage hand kind of like materialize next to you. And like,
Advantage.
You're gonna need it.
it's not as strong.
You're gonna need
It's.
it. We start taking the tarp off.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this really quick and then I'll get to that.
Didn't roll well, so I'm gonna say basically I get a rough outline of it.
What did you roll though?
Hold on.
10?
Yeah, with advantage.
Yeah, so you start getting like a rough out. You're intelligent enough to realize what's important about this, and so you're getting like those basics down.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
not
I give
making
up
an
on
exact
making an
replica.
exact thing,
but-
and I just kind of shake my head and I'm like, it's like somebody just told me like that you don't have time for this. I gotta get the important bits.
yeah, yeah. So you just start kind of talking to yourself like that, and
Yep.
going with some of that information.
Okay.
So you guys are pulling this tarp off.
Ready for action.
Yeah.
Okay, you pull this tarp off, and as you do, all of a sudden, like the aura for you specifically, Lenore, like starts to light up, and you do see a stone that's in this contraption that is glowing the same as the other stones. But you guys see this large cannon, like I said, about 10 feet, about 10 feet off of the ground, and the first portion of it is this brass and intricately carved like metal material as the actual like cannon portion for this. And then in the center you guys see these brass arms that reach out into like a gyro type thing, and in the center is the stone that is giving off the glow, and on the back is just this kind of like back, almost like a, I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's the back end of the cannon, but it doesn't look like there's actually it's the back end of the cannon, and there is a portion for a person to sit on with a bunch of little controls and dials all over the place.
Yeros' favorite. Hey, I've learned my lesson.
And this cannon looks pristine. It doesn't really have any smudges. Whatever this like brass metal material it's made out of, it's not really smudged or dirty or rusting in any kind of way. It looks very, very nicely capped.
The cannon itself is not magical.
The cannon itself is not magical, no. But the stone is still glowing in the center of it.
Okay.
Is it on wheels?
So it is actually sitting on a platform with wheels that are with wheels with like little grooves in the wheels, and these wheels sit on these rails.
Does this remind anybody else of something?
Like a gun.
From your head.
Oh, the fire cannon thing used against the flesh monster.
Yeah, I mean, I only got to look at it from far away, but swear thing.
Oh, you think this made the tunnel?
You're using this to blast holes?
So, oh, that's pretty cool.
We just need to take out that stone, right?
What?
Begs the question, why is it sitting here rather than it
The
being?
question is,
I mean, they put it away for the night, but then.
if that's the power source, then what is it and where's it coming from? Who's... Let me take a look at it. I'm not gonna grab it, but I'm just gonna, like, get a little bit closer and take a look at the glowing, or the stuff.
You go to look at it, roll a Arcana check.
It's 14.
14. You're not exactly sure what it is either.
Son of
It's
a
some
bitch.
kind of, like glassy stone that looks like just a mix of different like materials in it.
Yeros.
Can I at least determine if it's not like a normal stone that's here on this plane?
It's not anything you've seen before.
Think you could learn how to use it? I mean, instructions are right here, right?
So I'm just gonna look at it. I mean, maybe.
I just kind of point at the wall with all the details.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe as good as any shot as anybody, but
Because
I
this
don't know.
is,
Should we be fooling around?
I mean, this-
yet we don't even know what else.
let's be honest, this is it. I mean,
This
you know what?
has to be it.
This has to be it.
This is definitely the thing that Boris showed you.
So he wants us to destroy it and destroy any blueprints and whatnot of it. I would like to know how it works before we destroy this thing that potentially is extremely volatile or explodes.
Roll an intelligence check
Why
really
does it
quick.
matter if we know how it works? What if, by experimenting how it works, makes it do what we don't want it to do?
I'd say we leave it alone.
Well, I am in prime. 23.
23. You remember that Boris told you specifically to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands, whatever that means.
What means?
That's what I thought. I was like,
What are you talking about?
your book.
Barkuell's gonna go over there and like touch the machine thing,
Touch the machine thing?
the cannon.
Like actually just touch the cannon or like
Tap on it real quick.
oh yeah. Ding
Get
ding.
everyone's attention.
Either we use this to kill the wizard man, or we destroy it and leave.
We don't even know how strong
Oh,
this
we could technically leave, right?
How many? There's 3 stones on the workbench.
There are 3 stones in the fence, yes. And then 1 in the center of this contraption.
We'll put Alessandro in the bucket with the tarp on. How's he supposed to know? Gone.
That, you know, that's murder, right?
Which Leon, I might add, is proficient at. So I feel like it should be Leon in the bucket underneath the tarp.
No, I'm good at murder. I'm not good at dying.
But you're better at
I'm just mad
Stealth.
that it sent giant
The contract.
demons after us at night, and I want to pay it back in kind.
Well, if it's demons, those things
I have.
Yeah,
are hard to kill. Who knows if that will even do anything?
but we
I'm just gonna
have
motion to the giant
A
opening in the
giant-
stone walls.
cannon.
I mean, I have to say,
We do have cannon.
here's our main mission. Ensure
So
the
Boris, the actual line Boris said is, make sure this equipment doesn't fall into the hands of those who would use it for their own gains.
And he handed it to us.
As we're now thinking about using it
For our own gains.
Here's our mission, I guess. If we want to fulfill the contract, ensure the company is still up and running.
It's
Above
not.
all, it's definitely not. Above all, do what needs to be done to keep the company safe. Well,
I mean,
That's why Boris updated our contract.
that
to
whole
find
objective
and
is
destroy this thing.
You mean like instead of
Yeah.
that?
This is our new objective. You were busy in your book. It took me a
I
minute to
should
get
really
to.
poke my beak out of that thing once in a while.
So all we have to do is just destroy the cannon, and we did our job, and we can go home.
But
You're up to
how?
the secondary objective, and I just the contracts right here. And this is like find out where these large creatures are coming from and stop their incursion at the source. So I get bonus money.
Well, Space Wizard did say he had 2 more to complete. 2 more what? 2 more pillars, 2 more gems,
2 more bodies. You needed 2 more people with bodies for the ritual. That's what he said.
ritual.
He said something about a ritual. So
So we have to stop.
if we blow this thing up, first of all, nobody at Homestead is gonna live to see another fucking year. Because that
What if we just strap some dynamite to it and run?
2 sticks.
you have 2 sticks.
Well, it's made of metal. Is it gonna do it? How big is
If
it?
we kind of blew it up at a critical point, maybe.
Yeah, put it right in the gyro.
Can I do it a
gotta blow up the
investigation
important
check real quick?
But like, would that like null and void the contract if we destroyed the mine?
Probably not.
Yeah, go ahead. And
'Cause
roll
they're just
an
digging a
investigation check.
The other thing is, I'm almost positive.
Nat 20, 26.
So really quick, as you're like investigating over this thing, definitely looks like a few of the main weak points are where all of the gyros, all the gyros kind of connect to this point where they spin around like a cylinder almost, because they're all arms like coming off like a little cylinder piece. It definitely looks like that could be a weak point. Also, there's a point where, like I said, there are 2 metal, like kind of spikes coming out that stick into drilled holes in the stone, and those seem like those could be a weak point as well.
So
Also, the controls don't look nearly as hefty as the rest of the cannon.
So we've decided that we're going to potentially use this and then destroy it or destroy it, but we're definitely going to destroy it.
Yeah,
We could. So since I haven't been asking for permission to do things and people keep trying to interfere, should we light all the blueprints on fire or destroy them?
Or do the blueprint say anything about how to deactivate it?
How to use it? Yeah, I was hoping that's what my intelligence roll was for.
I mean, I hope I could.
I don't know why you had me roll it.
I would hope I could copy the whole thing down before we
Why did I have you roll intelligence?
I was talking about trying to learn how to use it from the blueprints with Yeros.
What did you roll? Like a 20?
23.
23?
Specifically, I want to know how to shoot it and destroy it.
With that 23, I'll say you do find like a you kind of get like some basic ideas about how it's a little bit hard to understand. A lot of it's kind of just jargon to you, but you do get like there's a blueprint that shows like the actual control panel, and it shows like kind of a bunch of different buttons and what their purpose is. Also, I will say with that 23, as you're trying to look through that, you do see a mention that the stone is something called dragon glass.
Sons of bitches.
But you're not exactly sure what that means off the top of your head.
Dragonism.
Guys, there might be a dragon here. I don't know, it says dragon glass, I don't know what the hell that is, but dragons, have you ever dealt with dragons? I mean, Leon almost got his ass handed to him by a dinosaur.
But then again,
Imagine a dragon.
do you think a dragon can fit through that hole you just went through?
I don't know how big dragons are.
My ancestors used to ride dragons.
Who is this guy?
know about as much about him as I do this book.
You know,
I mean, he's
So
pretty cool. That's what he
I point out
is.
all that stuff to you and tell you, and I'm assuming you are writing it all down.
About the definitely this.
Okay, and then I'm gonna. I don't know what they're all doing, but I'm gonna start destroying all the blueprints.
How are you doing that?
In a. Right now, I'm trying to go slow and steady. I have candles. I'm gonna light a candle and just start lighting each one and just kind of slowly, in a controlled
Okay.
manner, destroying them, and then I'll elevate from there if I need to.
Yeah, you start burning them all up, and it's actually as you light each one, like at the corner, it kind of is like taking a long time for it to reach, like, and eventually the kind of like smolders out, and like kind of get the idea that trying to light them all just with like a little candle flame is probably not
Fireball.
gonna- Okay, yeah, you finally just like fuck that, and you like are just scorching these.
But I'm not like going all chaotic. Like I'll hit one, hit two, then kind of stop and wait because I am under a full impression there's other things down here with us. I'm not trying to be.
Yeros, every time he scorches one of them, you get like a little twitch in your eye. This information is just burnt off of the face of the earth.
Are you okay? I mean, I don't love this. This is pretty detailed information about something we've never seen before. I'm just gonna pull it up right here and now.
There's
Immediately,
technically 4 chunks.
without even knowing what
Yeah,
else.
there's 4 pieces of
Without,
one.
without even knowing what else is down here.
We
Or
also
what it could be
literally
used for.
don't know how to use it now.
But we can figure it out.
I guess.
Well, no, that was my whole point of my intelligence check, and then I had him write down everything
Did
that I
you just
figured
pick
out.
it up off the thing?
Are you taking the dragon?
The
rod?
charged one.
Picking one up off the table.
Can I
the
try
table.
taking it out of the cannon?
Yeah, as you
Oh.
go up to it, you're kind of like right now it's like stuck in there and you can't actually get it out. But at a certain point, you kind of figure out that there's like the backmost like thing that comes into it. You can kind of just turn it, and it like turns and slowly like spins out like it's a threaded piece that threads out, and eventually you can like pop it out and bring it out, and you get this whole piece of.
Can I like see anything? Does it like swirl around? And
It's not like swirling around inside of it, but it's like this. You can see a bunch of what looks like different, like glass-like composites in it that have all like swirled around each other and like formed into this glass-like shard. So it's not clear glass. It's like a bunch of different glasses that are like swirled around each other.
so beautiful.
Yeros.
What's up?
Deep speech, right? I'm gonna pick up one of the rock things. You could probably trade these with terracore.
I have no idea what these things are.
Valuable.
If we were to use TNT, the weak spots are right there, right here. I recommend right there on both of these.
Okay, sounds
And
good.
you said, was there only one cannon?
There's only one cannon in here.
All right.
Can I deduce that these are like the power source for the cannon?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can deduce that.
Yeah.
How
So
big are these?
I'm saying,
All right, grab it. So
And with that intelligence check, and as you go through this, Alessandro, this gives you major vibes of the power generator in here.
I start sweating profusely.
Like that
Well,
power
okay.
generator had a giant like gyro that spun around as it like heated, as it like booted up, so to speak.
I took one of those shards and I threw it in my backpack.
Okay, write down a medium shard of dragon glass.
Oh shit!
don't metagame. Don't metagame.
I'm
Don't metagame.
trying-
I know. It's hard to not metagame.
How big is it? Give me the beats.
What?
How big is the dragon?
It's like a football shape.
So it's like
Medium sized.
It's medium
It's
sized.
meaningless to you, Leon.
just for,
I took it because he offered it. I
For
wasn't gonna take
context
it.
for the viewers, this is pertaining.
Well,
to
okay,
damn.
just
Okay,
don't,
fine.
the viewers don't know about it.
Viewers be
Neither
damned.
do I.
Does this?
Oh yeah, she doesn't know about it either.
Yeah, this
this-
is meaningless to me.
Listen,
Delirium.
Alessandro's like kind of panicked actually. Like, so remember that explosion like a week ago that we may or may not have had something to do with? Does this remind you of that generator person?
Oh, I'm getting major fucking vibes. I mean, like, holding this football in my... What's a football? Holding this giant thing in my hand.
Dragon glass.
I'm just like... I shouldn't be holding this.
I'm gonna hand you another one.
Oh, God.
Why are you giving these to us, Barkuell?
Why are you handing them to me?
Space rocks.
Oh, my God.
Space rocks, this guy.
Yeah.
If it'll make you happy.
So here, we have two
Space
options
rocks.
essentially. We try to rig this with the detonator with dynamite and blow it up here in the mountain and run, and hopefully Leon and Lenore can crank us to the top. Or we go and find Space Wizard and
I think-
Ritual Site.
Don't you want to know what they were doing with this in the first place? We haven't gone the other way.
Looks like they were mining.
For what?
No way.
I don't know,
They
that's-
bring out this giant experimental contraption just to mine some copper? Probably not. There's an evil wizard in a haunted fucking town with people bugs.
That
Like,
seems to be
come on.
controlling beasts.
And there's no way we've stopped whatever they incursion.
Oh no, I completely agree. I'm just saying that like
Okay.
we need to decide what we're going to do with this thing. Are we going to try to utilize it? Because if so, then we need to try to move it
I think.
or bring the threat here. Either way, we don't know what we're or where we're going. We need to find it. If we're trying to get rid of Space Wizard, we need to find him. And it's fucking quiet. We don't even know if he's down here.
You went to the church, but no sign of a ritual.
We should maybe.
Do we know where the ritual is?
Is there another way out of this room besides the way we came in?
I think we should break this and leave
I agree.
The dragon glass?
the machine.
Oh, yes. Well, yep, the weak spot is right there. And right there.
Are we doing this?
I think we should.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2. I think so.
I think.
3?
Two, yeah.
I don't think so.
We were
One.
told to deactivate it, right?
4.
We were told to make sure it doesn't fall into the hands of people who would use it for their own gain.
And that kind of includes
It's not natural.
I mean, what we're gonna. Well, I'm not thinking of carting this thing out of here. I just merely wonder what it can do and see the end of the other side of the tunnel before we kill it.
Well, I mean, if it helps you feel better,
Maybe
I
it'll be
have
useful.
the power source in my backpack.
Solid point.
Yeah, so
Yeah. What if we just
moving-
take all the power sources?
That's-
That renders it ineffective.
Yeah. Well, did
The blueprint's gone too, so.
The machine's gotta go too.
the machine's got to go too? They could reverse engineer it.
Oh, right,
whatever
fine.
that word means.
Fine.
I agree on the power source thing though. Alessandro grabs the thing and puts it in his backpack.
I am.
Go ahead and write down a medium shard of dragon glass.
I
So you got
acquiesce.
2 and you both got 1 there, right?
I acquiesce.
So who has
Blow it up.
who has dragon shards?
I have the medium.
But you have a charge
2.
one, right?
They're all 2, or they're all medium. Sorry.
Oh, they're all medium.
Yeah.
So I
We need
have
it.
one.
1,
I handed you 1 and you 1 for sure.
1.
You have one.
So now
that
you have
makes
2
that
and you
makes
both
it
have
two.
1.
Yeah.
Which leaves 1 on the table.
No, that's
No, that's all 4.
There was 3 on the
There was
table.
4 total. There's 1 in the machine, 3 on the
3 on the table, 1 in the machine.
So now we have all of those in our possession.
Yeros has 1, Alessandro has 1, and Leon has 2.
Do we need to differentiate between like charged and not charged? Because she told us that one was like glowing crazy with magic.
They were all glowing with magic.
Oh, okay. It just became apparent for the 4th one with the top.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I see.
Can we disassemble this machine or do we need to blow it up?
Are any of the pieces removable?
That's
Like if I'm tinkering with like the gyroscope thing, can I just go? click?
Well, okay.
The only thing that you can see that was easily removable so far was the piece of dragon glass. And that's it. And you've already burnt all of the blueprints to it.
we gotta destroy it. Dude.
What's the ceiling made of?
Stone.
How thoroughly destroyed?
I mean, my experience with TNT. Do I have experience with TNT?
Do you have experience with TNT?
You sure do. Remember that one time?
I definitely remember that.
That's how we remembered. You blew up those train tracks that we didn't know exist, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And you were saying yeehaw and riding a horse, like it was bonkers.
You sure that wasn't a that wasn't a
Sorry,
that
I
was
I
totally
definitely
you.
remember that time. I had
Never
my
mind.
little hat.
That's what I thought
Yeah.
happened. Yeah. Let's do this because I think.
Okay, what are you guys
I'm
doing?
like, ride him, cowboy.
Yeah.
We're blowing it up, dude.
Okay, how are you guys gonna do that?
I'm gonna put it in the weak spot that you said.
How are you gonna put it?
Can I just take a
You could
hammer
just
and
tighten
hit
the
it?
pins on a stick of dynamite, couldn't you?
I'm gonna take my carpenter's hammer and my crowbar and just see if I can't just start popping pieces off of it.
Let out.
Okay, give me a second.
I take some rope. I tie it to like the, I don't know, the little fuse thing, and I just
Okay.
take it to the entrance.
You make it a
and
bat.
I'll light it up.
I'm trying to make an extended.
While
fuse.
everyone's still in there, that's good. I
I
get you. Yeah, you get the dynamite and you tie it to one of the little piston things that holds the
There we go.
dragon glass in place,
Yeah.
and it seems like it will stay there. You don't have a huge amount of fuse wire though.
I can just, I can either leave a creature here of fire to light it, or I can, within 100 feet, cast a spell through Squee Squee to light it. That's a good idea. So I have
Really
100
quick,
fuse.
Alessandro, you start you get your hammer and like a crowbar and you start trying to pop things off and roll a strength check.
Does anybody want to help me with this?
Of course, and she's going to give you a good slug on the shoulder and cast guidance.
No.
I walk over there.
Thank you. Listen. That's not. You knew exactly what I was asking you to do.
I got you guys down here. I'm tired.
That's a solid point. Leon, come over here and help me.
I also got you guys down.
Did most of the work. Let's be honest.
What?
He did exactly 50% of the work.
Great.
It's cold
Advantage
maths.
21.
21.
between the two.
You guys get a crowbar into a seam and you're trying to pull on it and it is solid. You kind of the crowbar finally actually and you crank on it and it actually chips off a piece of the crowbar. You see a little bit of a scratch on the metal machine, but
You know, I have an idea.
I have one after your idea.
Just take the stick of dynamite I have in my hand, put it in there, which is already in the pins.
All right, next idea.
he already has a stick of dynamite tied to one
100-foot
of those
fuse.
Yes, that was
pistons.
the original. Do we have 100 feet?
Well, magic fuse.
Oh, duh. I'm sorry. What's your idea?
I mean, the dynamite probably has a foot of fuse on it.
So it's what, 10 seconds or something like that?
Just run fast.
It's
Are you
probably
using the
10,
5e
15
mechanics?
seconds.
It's like 60 seconds. You
60
roll.
seconds,
You roll
okay.
for the initiative on an extended fuse, and whatever you roll on the d6 is that times 10 essentially.
Okay, yeah.
That's cool. Look it up because I also have dynamite.
2 sticks total. Unless you're
What's
making an
more
insight check
from-
before.
Yes, what are you trying to
Barkuell
insight?
doesn't think the dynamite's actually going to destroy weapons.
I agree.
You know, that's a
Based
good
off.
point.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah, but here's the other half of my insight check.
Okay.
But overcharging this dragon glass would for sure probably take this out and then some.
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
And look out. Space with
9!
9!
9!
I will say this. You probably come to the conclusion that you don't necessarily need to blow the thing to smithereens to render it useless.
You just need to bury it.
We could just break the control panel.
Literally just start popping off all the knobs and dials.
Well,
Ching, 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 ching. Does anything happen to the control panel?
The control panel is not made out of solid brass and stuff like that. And actually, yeah, when you start banging on stuff, you break parts of knobs and stuff like that.
I grab my broken crowbar and I just go down.
Yeah, you're
Good
just
idea,
start
Yeros.
whacking on it.
You know what? I'll take my crowbar.
You guys
While
start
they're doing
whacking
that,
on it.
I'm just gonna look for anything contraption related, blueprint related, and also make that go away.
There's no.
He's already burnt all the blueprints.
Are there other rooms?
There are no other rooms. There's like this whole section of the workshop that's set up for like smelting and doing like iron work,
There are
and then
no
this
mods?
other part that's like an assembly portion and stuff like that. But
Journals. Mods.
no, most of everything was just blueprints that are like up on the wall and stuff like that, and everything's kind of just been burnt now.
I'm just gonna go check our escape path. See you there.
Okay.
Cool.
I got you.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Um,
Two of you are beating up the control panel.
I'm gonna go check the tunnel down here.
Okay.
So just keep an eye on it.
You walk out, and as you walk out there, you can hear the echoing of the beating of this like metal contraption echoing out into the quiet.
You know, I bet you, as I'm banging away on this, I'm like, guys, you know, have you ever thought they might be using another cannon? Just like they have another cannon, this is just the spare.
Akrius, what are you doing through all of this? You're really
Another thinker, I'm a fighter.
just kind of chilling there.
Waiting for them to make decisions. Watching out for bees.
Bees?
Big bees.
Bees, what are you, Nick?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
guys.
the bees!
You're in a mine, sir. Where are you gonna get bees from?
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
I feel like we're being
He's fine.
a little short-sighted here.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Too late for this, but I mean, like, we're making a whole lot of noise. Do we care about that?
No, it doesn't matter now.
Is there anything? Have we explored this whole? Okay, so you're telling me you don't think there's anything dangerous?
I'm not even
big,
in there anymore.
Scary.
He's not in the
Telling me you
workshop.
don't. Fine. I'm just
We were
talking to
like-
myself.
Door where it was Barkuell.
Yeah, we were just like, you guys make that noise, we'll go watch the way in and out.
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna
As soon as
stop
the
and be
blueprints
like,
were
okay,
away, she was like,
I think we're good. There's no way.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
There's
I mean, the control panel looks pretty fucked up, but the rest of the machine looks relatively unscathed.
In the hall, I'm just like, I just don't feel right about any of that being there. Like any of it.
we could bury the room.
It's just not natural.
Bury
I
the
don't
room.
know what to do about it though. Those,
TNT on the ceiling.
I don't know how to take it apart.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Bad enough.
I'm gonna put
Imagine if it was a
TNT on the
demon
ceiling.
Who has
space wizard.
the TNT? Do you have both pieces? You have one piece and you have one
Technically, I
piece.
just have one. Yeah.
I'll give you the other.
Man, I don't
Okay.
There is only
know
two
what
pieces
he
of
was
TNT.
after.
I give,
Oh, I did
give my other one to
He
him.
was
I did give mine to you.
Gates with it.
Correct. I
So
forgot about that.
I have both.
Okay, Leon, you have both pieces of TNT.
Oh my
What are you doing
God.
with them?
Who's around me right now? 'Cause I
So
you hold
far-
these up.
Did they
Do you
stop
have these?
whacking
I
the
go
thing?
join Burkle.
Yeah, you
Alessandro?
got this, buddy. And I leave as well.
Where's Akrius at this point in time? Is he out by the entrance, or
Sure.
it's just
Okay.
you in there, Leon? What are you doing?
Come on, guys. Okay. You know,
Okay, I didn't go far.
how
so, like,
high is the
Yeah.
ceiling? Can I like?
Ceiling's like 15 feet. It's actually
jump
kind of
that
tall. You can't really jump that high now.
That's some hops.
Got on top of the cannon and stood on top of it. But also the ceiling is pretty much the floor, the ceiling, and the walls is all like stone.
So take more than just my little 2 sticks.
I mean, what I'm saying is, if you wanted to attach dynamite to the ceiling,
It's nothing.
you'd have to get creative with how you do it, because you can't just shove it into the ceiling. It's kind of solid stone.
I know nothing about the glow.
Dynamite's relatively powerful though, and you know it's used to like break stone.
I come back in and I go. Do you really need to put it on the ceiling? Yes or no?
I mean, well,
Just say yes or no. If you say yes, I'll help you. If you say no, we'll do something else.
yeah.
Okay, excellent. Between that, whatever we find around and whatever, I have some pitons some rope and a hammer, we can make more noise and hammer these things into the ceiling if you'd like.
Everyone
Or,
left.
hear me out, Leo.
Yeah.
We just go with your original plan and put the dynamite inside the cannon and then blow it up.
Alright, fine.
I thought that was
Choice,
great.
guys.
It
Make a
was
choice.
a good
Let's go.
idea. Well, okay, fine. Fine.
On top of that, while I'm in there, I have one more oil flask left, and I'll pour oil all over it.
There we go.
Okay.
There
So
we
that way, in
go.
case you don't hit with whatever you're
And
using.
you know what? Just for good measure.
You come back out and confirm the lighting thing's happening?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, we're good.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, everyone's going.
Wait, no. Leon's still in there. I mean,
He said that Leon's still in there.
What are you doing, Leon?
I
Any
know
last
that
things?
he's ready to light it up, so I'm gonna run
Okay.
to him.
You run to him.
Yeah.
And no one's currently in there. What are you doing, Barkuell?
Just wait till you see me.
Look at Captain.
Wait
Captain.
till you see
Captain.
me. Wait till
Keep in mind, it also has both pieces of dynamite have like a decent amount of fuse on them, and I'd say you'd understand that it's not unreasonable. You don't think it'd be unreasonable amount of time to be able to light those and just run away.
can we get up the elevator shaft, though?
Definitely.
there's still another.
What if I mean, I have 10 foot of string. Can I use that to extend the fuse?
Yeah, I'd say you could.
I mean, we still have to go. Aren't we gonna stop the sacrifices?
That's what I'm after.
I mean, I agree, but I don't want to.
Let me just bring my friend in here. Real smart. I can have him light it.
Keep bringing a freaking monkey or something. I'm so upset with you.
I can have them light it when we're on our way up out of the shaft.
Don't we have to? I already asked the question. All right,
How long did it take us to get down from the shaft?
10, 15 minutes.
It took you like 10, 15 minutes to get it.
Okay,
So
so
if they're even smarter than I am, I'm sure they'll be able to count. Up to an hour of time.
Is it squeeze? It's
No. You've never seen this friend.
Is it you?
No.
But like in a mask, you're gonna be like, what? It's
God damn it.
So the way we have this currently set up, it would do 4d6 worth of damage in a radius of 10 feet. And we could set the initiative from 1 to 6 rounds.
So, I don't think
Further.
dynamite is necessarily canon to D&D. I think if you try to Google it, any rules you're going to find are homebrew rules.
Yeah, I don't know where this has come from. This is right out of D&D Beyond. It could
is
be
it
one of
really?
Cameron's homebrew things, or
Oh, okay.
no, it's just in their
a lot
inventory
of
gear.
homebrew stuff.
3d6 of damage
It could be
from
more of
dynamite.
a. I don't know. Maybe that could be for Grimhall. and
I'm
it's
gonna
just there.
honestly, I'm gonna homebrew it a little.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Dynamite is much more explosive than
3d6.
Yeah. My friend can do that just fine.
it's okay. We'll be over 100 feet away from this.
Yeah, I think
And if we just duck into the shaft, that might be enough. It's not gonna blow us up too. It's only 2 sticks. It's not.
Send it. Let's do it.
this took way too long to plan.
Yeah. Light the fuse, drop it in or whatever, and run.
That's what you guys are gonna do.
Better bring out your friend.
Okay. Barkuell is gonna cast Summon Fae, which basically creates a more or less unique Fae spirit, which is very intelligent.
Okay, what does this Fae spirit look like?
It kind of looks like a small land octopus with legs coming out from underneath its skirt of tentacles. And it's got spider eyes and a very humanoid looking mouth. And I kind of like hide it from other people because I don't want to see it. And I kind of tell it the deal and like the plan. And I'm like, As soon as you light that thing, this thing's gonna blow up. Just get out of here. Just go away.
It responds.
yeah, like that. I'm just like, good job.
Was that not a galaxy quest?
Oh, its name's gonna be
Oh my god.
Steve.
Steve.
Its name's
Yeah.
Firestone.
Can we see that?
I mean, I'm like trying to keep people away from seeing him. Like, go.
I'm already in the elevator.
Okay. Steve's all caught up. Steve's got a 14 intelligence.
Okay.
Um,
He gets it. He.
don't take a hold action to think, Steve. You're gonna do great.
Steve is smarter than I am.
Pat on little Stevie's head and get out of here.
Okay.
You know what? Squee will give you company.
How far? So okay. I want everyone to explain to me what is the actual plan.
In 15 minutes, Steve blowing that up.
Steve
And while
blows
we're up
that
on our way out.
So you guys are getting back onto the elevator and going out.
Oh, so we're not going to save the people.
I mean, we're just leaving. You can still try to save people, right?
I guess.
Haven't we seen?
Big distraction. We can go look for the ritual zone.
But have we searched the entire cave system?
But there's still a whole, like, 300 feet we haven't explored.
It's a mine. You know what's gonna be in those things?
Why are you trying to deflect from this?
More tunnels.
Yeah, what's the deal here, Mr.
Now I'm starting to suspect you,
Yeah,
Barkuell.
is this like,
Are you trying to hide something?
are you,
Do you know more than you're letting on?
are you a double agent of some sort?
This doesn't make sense. We've traveled through literal deathly danger, and now we're going to stop at the very end.
I tell Squee to tell Steve to start it early.
So he's just gonna light it now.
Guys, how long are we traveling together?
Don't start.
So do you want Steve to just right now?
Do you want to blow it up or not?
We have to.
Cool. Do you want to explore 300 feet of mines for the next 5 years?
I don't buy this.
I'm just pointing out we wasted so much time on blowing up a weapon we need to blow up anyway for the contract. And now you want to explore the mines while there's demons and rituals going on outside.
Outside.
Well, we could just hurry and go.
Why can't...
You know, okay, let's talk about this in the elevator.
Thank you. All right, Steve, hold off.
Okay. Yeah.
Since
Steve,
I can't understand any of this, and I see that we're going to the elevator, I'm just gonna kind of just like go and start cranking.
Just one
like
side.
I'm just like ready on one side to start cranking. I have a -1 to strength. Do I have the ability?
As you start cranking it, well, so it's 50 yards from the elevator to the point where this whole thing
on the
opens
other
up
side.
and the thing. And keep in mind, the track goes off to the left too. And then it was like 30. What did I say? Oh, it's 100 feet to the right.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of all this is in line with that. Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I think this is going to even collapse the mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
19.
19. I mean, it will probably collapse the workshop and the tunnel leading up to the workshop, but you feel pretty safe that it's not going to collapse the entire mine.
That's kind of what I figured.
Now you say something.
I was saying it's 2 sticks of dynamite. It's not going to blow the whole thing up. Just kidding.
So as you guys
Was this
make your
light
way
fuse?
out and back into the like this wide expanse of area, you guys make your way back to the original tunnel you walked out of. You do actually hear a scream echo out from deeper into the mine.
Blow it up. Blow it up right now.
Like a girl scream? Like a...
Pretty
Like the
that's
scream
Alessandro.
of someone being killed.
That kind of scream?
So a sudden stop is what you're saying.
And I look Barkuell dead in the eye and I'm like, after we blow this up,
going that direction.
You can do whatever you want.
Once we blow this up, we're letting everybody know we're here.
We might as well see this through. I feel like we haven't uncovered the truth yet.
Can I tell which direction that sound came from?
The
Back
only
down
one
tunnel?
as
It came from a, like from the left
oh
way,
yeah, opposite from where we were.
opposite from where you guys
Cool.
were. Okay. Steve starts the flame. What is Steve doing? Is he just gonna like? So Steve just lights it, and then he's just like sits there, just watches this.
I left Squeeze with him for company.
Both of your
Squeeze
creatures
there
sitting
too.
watching this fuse.
Hey, it's all about the cycle of life and death, and this happens to just.
Quick question: did you say you cast spells out of Squeeze?
Yep.
And he's your like spell?
Don't worry, I have a
Okay.
backup. I have a feature that lets me recast it without anything.
So, Steve, like with one of his tentacles, just like lights this fuse, and he's just like looking at it like, and he looks down at Squeeze, and Squeeze looks up at him just with like mushrooms growing out of its eye sockets, like. So he's like.
What the hell just happened?
I don't.
I'm getting like
And-
romantic Rogue One. Them hugging each other and the explosion is just two nasty creatures.
And then Steve reaches down, and this is only viewable to Barkuell. Steve reaches down and plucks a mushroom out of the eye socket of Squeeze and like. And Steve picks up Squeeze and like holds him like this and pets him and looks back, and the fuse. And you guys hear this rocking, explosive sound, basically rocking out into this open expanse, and it jostles your ears and your teeth and your bones, and this large explosion just echoes out into nothing. And as you guys can see, you can just see this plume of dust coming out of what was that tunnel. Squeeze, you feel him not exist anymore.
Evaporate.
Oh.
But it looks like most everything else is still pretty solid.
I feel like that works.
To the scream.
To the scream indeed.
Now that the big scary cannon can't hurt us.
Less time trying to figure out what to do with that goddamn thing.
Well, you could have pitched in at any point.
Yeah, you just stood there.
Sat there silent,
leather
literally
jacket,
the whole
and,
time.
like,
You guys are the
brushing.
brains here.
You don't have
Let's go.
Literally, I'm dumber
That's
than
called
Steve.
abdicating responsibility.
Steve ate a mushroom. That's all I'll say.
So we go down the main tunnel back to towards the screen. Should we even bother being quiet?
No.
At this point,
I literally can't be quiet.
That's fair. And I use my whatever the hell they're called, dancing lights, and just light up the area all around.
Yeah,
us.
you light up the area, and it. You can see this tunnel going off to the left, and you can actually, with your 300 feet and with it lit up, you can actually see where the tunnel ends once you're back. Like after you walk that way, like maybe 30 or 40 feet or so, maybe 50 feet, you can actually see where that tunnel ends, and the track actually curves and goes the other direction. And you guys are just following the track?
See.
Okay. Go ahead, Barkuell. Okay. You guys follow the track, and at a certain point it does turn and continues the other way. And it's very strange seeing all of these like square stone pillars about every 20 feet just extending back. And it's almost like like once you get to a certain point, you can see them at like different angles, and it's just kind of a very strange effect seeing all of these perfectly lined up like this. And like I said, at a certain point, the track curves and goes down the other way, along a solid wall that's on the other side of it. And following that for about another 2 to 250 feet, you can see where the track ends. But the track ends, but like the kind of emptiness still continues on, and there is a slight glow coming from that direction of firelight.
As soon as I noticed the glow, I dropped the
Okay.
dancing lights.
Yeah,
How
you
long did
drop
it take us to get there?
Probably somewhere on the verge of like 15 minutes or so.
Squeeze was back.
Squeeze is back. Okay. Yeah, you got Squeeze back.
I get a report of what happened with Steve. Did he tell me the whole thing?
Yeah, he took. I mean, I kind of assume you were like viewing through Squeeze's eyes, though, right?
Only 100 feet.
Oh, only 100 feet. Yeah, he gives you like a full report, and they had a moment together. Yeah, so you guys eventually get to a point where you see kind of a glow in that direction. Just continuing forward.
You stinky.
We're all stinky.
Stinky.
Oh, I'm stinky.
Oh,
Alicaka.
you called me Stinky.
Did you say sneaky?
We're all stinky for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I can sneak if need.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah, we-
now that I'm realizing we got away from the bee thing, prestidigitation will stink on me.
I'm sneaky.
I am Stinky.
You guys stealthing then?
Nat 20, boy.
Nat 20 as well, boy.
Oh, boy.
You're not gonna be the one person.
I'm just staying behind. Let sneaky people go first.
That's a quattro.
Are you two just gonna
Nat
wait
4,
for them?
boy.
I'm gonna stay within 60 feet though.
Okay.
I got a 4 for sneak.
I'll stay behind with Barkuell.
Got a 4 for
I'll
sneak.
tell you what.
Are you trying to sneak up with the rest of them though?
I'll tell you about
Apparently, begrudgingly, it's
you
just a
wanna
shuffle.
stay
my feet.
behind
Squeeze.
with-
People are splitting up. Like they're
Oh,
waiting.
they're splitting
We're doing
up.
like a little scouting
I
party.
missed it. I'll stay back then with not the
Okay.
scouting party.
Because I will blow your
Are you
cover.
sneaking this
time? I will
100%.
14.
14. Okay, so the three of you are sneaking up, and you get to a certain point where the glow is actually coming from a like. It almost looks like the tunnel has extended forward and sheared off this piece of a wall, and now there's kind of an opening in the wall to the left of you. And the glow is coming out of that opening. You guys haven't quite approached it yet. Do the three of you want to approach the opening in that wall?
Yeah, go to the edge and kind of.
Check it out. Yeah.
Can I be in front
sound.
and have a spell that I want to cast if like I'm attacked,
Okay.
or like a hold action to cast a spell?
As you guys approach the opening to the wall, you can hear talking from the inside. As you get a little bit closer, just on the edge of the opening of this like entrance to wherever it leads, you can kind of hear.
That.
What the fuck was that?
What are you doing in there?
That's funny.
That was weird. Was that a?
I think that
Never
was
heard
roll
that sound
20.
before.
Oh, that was roll 20. I'll have to mute that later.
You hear
Did someone message me on roll 20? Is that what was happening?
It was Barkuell.
Yeah. Just drop it in chat.
Turn it on.
You hear as you guys sorry, that threw me off. As you guys come to that entrance, you hear this. I can't fucking believe you killed all of them, you fucking piece of shit. And then you hear this familiar voice. No. What you don't understand is you've done this. Your incessant slavery of all of us drove me to this point. This is all your fault. Someone's out there. They're gonna come and they'll be here any second. And then the voice interrupts him and he's like, no, you don't understand. It doesn't matter if they're coming. It's too late. At least for you, it will be too late. And then you hear this other voice say, you're a sick piece of shit. And the old voice that you remember, Space Wizard,
Space crabs.
responds. He responds by saying, not really. I've just had my eyes open. After a long time of having them shut, now they're finally open. And this voice is like echoing out. It doesn't necessarily sound like it's close to you guys, but you can hear it echoing out with like a lot of reverb. And all of a sudden you hear it's quiet for a second, and then you hear, I can sense you in the dark. Why don't you step forward into the light of the fire?
No.
Son of a bitch.
You just hear that?
Nah.
Just that volume and everything.
And it echoes out.
Could not. That could
Let's
Oh my
go
god.
back and tell the others.
And you hear at that you hear this other voice call out just like frantically, if you're out there, you gotta help me, he's gonna kill me, he's killed all of us. And you hear this like almost like he's being muffled almost, and he says, oh come on, don't be afraid now. You've already made it so far.
So are we hearing this? As
You guys aren't. The people who stayed behind are not hearing this.
Okay.
Aren't we only like 60
So
feet
it's
back?
me, you, and who?
They're 60 feet, but you can't necessarily
How-
hear what is being
Can I see
taught.
any of this?
Have you looked over around the corner yet?
I thought we had. Yeah, I have.
I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
That was the whole intention. Like, I wanted to be first to look
Just
around
like-
the corner, and if I get
Okay, you look around the corner. I'll say at a certain point in time, you do look around the
Yeah.
corner.
Like all three of us with our heads for.
Boop, boop, boop. The Three Stooges kind of thing. Pull up the-
Oh god.
You look into a large chamber that looks like it's like naturally formed out of stone, and it almost looks like it's set up like a cathedral and worship chamber. The walls are lined with pillars that seem to almost be like melted with acid from stone to make these like almost natural formed pillars. There are stalactites that hang from the ceiling, and the floor of the chamber is kind of sloped downward to the end of the room, and there's all of these natural stone slabs that it almost looks like naturally formed pews all lined up in a row going down to the center of this room. And at the center of the room, what was that? At the center of the room, you see this large statue of a bird-like person. This bird-like humanoid-shaped person sitting cross-legged at the bottom, like with these three pillars right next to it along either side, and it's holding with its hands two curved blades that kind of curve up, and it has these wings that are carved into the wall, stretching out over these three pillars on either side. And right in front of that, you see this natural stone table that's kind of raised out of the ground. And behind that, you see this, actually probably you haven't seen yet before, but it's this old man with kind of a buzzed head, white hair, and like a 5 o'clock shadow white beard. And he's wearing these white robes and this white gown. And on this natural stone table is this dwarf person, and he's tied down with black cloth to this stone table. And he currently has his hand shoved into the mouth of the dwarf as he's looking directly in your direction as you look through. And he's just eyeing you, waiting for a response.
Well then, no. So I'll turn around, look at him, bluff, say something along the lines of, "Your reign of terror is over now," really loudly. How far away is he?
He is probably on the verge of... Oh, man.
This is when I wish I had taumaturgy.
Tummy turgy?
Taumaturgy.
I give you a stomach ache.
He's roughly about 100 feet away from you. This, it looks, this large chamber, like naturally formed chamber, is about 100 feet long, and it's about 150 feet wide at its widest, and it just kind of narrows down into this. It's almost like an amphitheater that looks like it's just like a naturally formed cave amphitheater almost.
Cool. And
He's about 100 feet away from you guys. And you guys do hear him say that.
Yeah, and as I yell that out, the freaking mote of fire comes flying out my fist and goes to hit him.
Goes to hit him. Everyone roll initiative, and that's actually where we're gonna end this episode today.
Real quick, you said we recognized this voice. Is it the same voice as the Krusty Krab?
No, you recognize the voice as the person that was talking to the bug creature outside of the shop. So the person was like, "What the hell is all of this?" And
Right. So the old man is the one killing everyone. Is that,
Sure seems like it at this
but
point.
he's now a winged creature.
No, there's
That's
a
a
stone.
statue.
No, there's a so
Oh,
right
okay.
behind him and his like sacrifice looking kind of thing is this large stone statue of a bird-like person, like a bird-shaped humanoid creature sitting cross-legged, basically an Aarakocra looking thing, sitting cross-legged with these swords, like these big curved swords and wings that are actually carved into the stone.
Wings.
Gotcha.
So he's not a bird person. He is a normal human.
Okay.
Well, looks like a normal.
So an archmage of some sort.
Nah, he's just
Yeah.
grandpa. He's put on some weird robes, and this is just his fetish chamber.
And,
There's no
yeah.
magic here.
That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you, everyone, for
that canon?
sitting through tough decision-making processes.
It happens.
And,
So candidly, but
yeah, it happens all the time.
Stress.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and give us a follow or comment or something like that. If you're listening to it on a podcast, hit that follow button, or if it's a podcast place that you can actually do a review, that would be awesome. It helps us a lot to get reviews on our podcasts. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
if your review says hurry up, we know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying our best here, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you, and have a good night.
Last words, last